Good evening, mortals and monsters, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Fables of Alaemyr. I'm your occasionally humble dungeon master, Jay Stiber, leading our intrepid heroes on their epic journey. Allow me to introduce our band of heroes. First off, we have Nathaniel as the gallant and troubled Sir Alan Starr.
Here to save the day.
We also have Ian on the drums, embodying the timeless Warforged, Burke.
Voice line.
And we also have Peercy, channeling the musical and hopeful, and albeit confused, but less so than recently, Talon Heartland.
Hello, I think.
And finally, we have Allie portraying the commanding Lady Vesper Delaith.
Much better than enigmatic, thank you.
I fixed it. I did. I fixed my notes, and it was great.
Proud of you.
I'm glad. So, as we delve into Alaemyr, I'd like to remind our watchers they can always dig even deeper into our journeys by checking out all of our socials. We post on Instagram, TikTok, all those goody little places right below me on the QR code. But that being said, I am excited for tonight's session, so I'm going to get right into our recap. Last week, we had so much fun. Just so much fun. First off, Lady Vesper Marantha Delaith and Talon Heartland had a heart-to-heart about the potential match.
Name me like that.
I mean, I've been wanting to for a long time because it's so bad. It's just the worst middle name, and it makes me happy. But they had a heart-to-heart about Talon's potential match with the princess, Raylan Hartford. And they confessed their love to each other during this idea of whether Talon should get married to the princess or not, and they finally got it on, which was very, very sweet. Vesper paid her family's butler, Bernard, a couple gold to keep quiet about Talon staying in the Delaith Estates apartments in Tyr to help to clean the filthy apartment. Talon and the Duke, Harold Hartford, I'm actually starting to add their proper titles because, that was relevant, speak to each other about the responsibilities of nobility and urge Talons to reconsider the vow of marriage to Vesper. Burke was granted a vision or memory from his past where he and Bassinet was walking the lands that was once the Duchy of Junifer. They passed the blasted-out ruins of a Hoffland village, long conquered and destroyed by the Empire of Nocturna's Tyr Forge army. In this memory, Burke recalled knowledge that he was taking Bassinet to her end in this region. Talon got to speak again with Duke Harold Hartford in the gardens of the Duke's local apartments. Talon tells him that he's in love with another and doesn't want to marry the princess, but the Duke emphasized Talon to urge him to be being a count and in line for a duchy and a dukedom is more in line with the throne than with Vesper and her questionable title to any sort of rank in the Lesser House of Delaith. He advised Talon to avoid dealing with the Fae, as he implied he has once before done and ended poorly. Sir Alan Starr brought his 6 apprentices to his local contacts within the city of Tyr. Pine and Cedar were sent to train with Grondor, learning to fight in the fighting rings in one of the seedier establishments in Tyr, and left them to get the ever-living shit beat out of them. Not to be outdone, Ash and Oak were sent to train with Willem in the Church of Asilo, where they were promised a grand total of 10 hours of sleep over the next 2 weeks or so. And finally, Eucalyptus and Red were left with the thief master known as Nightshade, who is working and tending bar at the Golden Unicorn. They were tasked with stealing the regent of Tyr's rings off his fingers within the next 2 weeks, a task that was told that would be the most dangerous of all. And finally, the party then goes to their former base to confront their old guard dog, Lara, their pet, Lamia. They realized 3.5 months was maybe a little too long to leave their promise of food unfulfilled. And furthermore, they even suspect that she might have had something to do with the missing college students and corpses littering her lair. So after a non-existent interrogation, Our heroes bravely slew her while she was reading her new smut novel that they had just recently procured her. And I had so much fun writing that. A little recap. So yeah, that is what happened last time.
Yeah, my notes from last session are buck wild.
Just fantastic, a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out, what are you doing? Listen to this. Go on YouTube, go check it out.
No, wait, listen to this.
No, oh wait, listen to this.
Please, I was like, please don't go.
Keep our viewers. No, I just watched the viewership drop by 5.
Yeah, the highlights here are definitely Talon and Vesper decide to get married if the sex is good. Burke has a whole pig carcass in his void. And, hold on, there was one more. Have to kill Lara because she's a liability. Frowny face.
With all of the R's. Oh, she was fun while she lasted. And y'all just gacked her in like a single round. It wasn't even, you doubled her hit points in one round. Remember when she was scary? Those were the days.
Yeah. Little babies we was.
I remember those days. Man, you remember how fast we were leveling?
I will never, ever not catch shade for this. Just never.
2 years, boss. It's been 2 years.
Well, you leveled. What more do you want from me? Don't answer that. I know what you want. You want more levels. You want levels every session. Levels for days. Levels for days. Levels for days.
So where are we at now?
Right now, we're popping in right after. I think we're popping in on cleaning duty as you guys are removing one additional corpse from your old lair in the secret hideout of the Black Doves beneath the college, in the college district of Tyr, as you're all on cleaning duty. It's been a couple of hours later.
Like Cinderella montage here.
I really believe that's what we're at. It is the evening of. It's the evening of the first of Melody. First of Melody. I know what month it is.
Yeah.
I'm not logging in. I can't do that on this computer. It's not happening. So yeah, we are here, and we're going to kind of come right in here. So y'all have your new base that you were cleaning. We can say you took care of that after several hours of work.
A lot of prestidigitation.
Yeah.
So much. My question to you guys first is, what do you do with all the corpses?
We dump them along with the body of the Lamia into the sewer as a sort of one-piece explanation here, you know?
Perfect. Yep.
Like, they're probably people with families?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
They all went to college, so that stuff's not free.
Just like holding the first body by the robes over the sewer and being like, oh, yeah, well, okay.
Well,
Start.
it would have been the simplest way to handle that.
It would, but like, that also seems like not the right thing to do.
Who's determine what is right?
It's fair.
But
I
if it
guess
would
fair.
make you feel better, friend, yes, we'll do it your way.
All right, so do we want to call like the city watch over with the Lamia that we found definitely in the sewers and be like, look. Yeah, okay. But we should drag them out to the sewer part and not the secret hideout part.
Yes.
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 Okay.
And yes.
Boy.
And we should not go into the sewers via the shop. We should go in another way.
Yep.
We
There are
heard
a
some
bunch of
crazy
ways to get
noises
into
down there,
sewers.
and we went and investigated, and we found this.
Right. We defeated the creature that was killing the college students because we did do that.
We did do that. It's not a lie.
Yeah, but who is going to be presenting this crime scene and to the local authorities?
Also, how
Not
much
Burke.
of these people are actually left? Because she was eating them.
Yeah, she was eating them. So faces are mostly intact if we're decomposing. But so the Lamia is a bit cat-like in their hunting patterns. There are full-on corpses that have not been touched, that are just killed, that are fully rotting. There are more dead bodies than would account for her just needing fed.
All right. Well, first step, let's go through the pockets. Let's get the student IDs, the wallets, the like, so we can actually identify these people.
Yeah. Signet rings, anything like that.
Yep. Because rich kids go to school, so
Yep.
it's... Am I the best person to do this?
I think
It
you
might
are
be
actually,
me.
especially if you want
I
to become
actually
the
think-
coin.
Be you or
And I own this
or us together.
house. Yeah.
Right.
Like, if you want to come with me, that's fine.
Of course, I'll accompany you.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't
but I
hurt
think
to have a paladin at your side.
definitely not. I think it's plausible because my family owns this shop. So I say I'm going, I was going to check in on the inventory, the storage, heard something, went down to investigate, found a lamia and a bunch of corpses in the sewers, killed the thing. Do what you will, City Watch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be more complicated than that.
Why don't you give me a quick deception roll then?
8, and I mean, that
Yeah,
would
8's fine.
You
8's
know,
totally fine.
Vesper.
Just-
I think
Yeah,
If,
like this is
um,
before we go. I'm making sure that
yeah,
everybody's
right.
If you
Oh, yeah,
also
yeah.
tell them kind of some of the people that were involved, and that they were the heroes of Rosebark, and things like this, right? Like kind of not hamming up, but like let them know who we are in a way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no,
that
for
that
sure.
might also help too, right? And have a bardic inspiration for when you actually do this.
Sweet. Damn it. I was hoping. Commanding presence does not allow me to add to deception, but that's okay.
It's all right.
So I have.
Maybe I should do the talking after all.
I mean, I'm alright. I'm not. I have a +2. But you and I, maybe we can just talk to them together and each give it a. Instead of
old-
you helping me, we can both roll.
Like the
Sure.
old,
Or you can help Nathaniel. And
Give
you
it
can
an old
help
Yeah, I'll
college
help.
try.
him advantage.
Yeah, I'll give him advantage. Actually, I
Oh,
can't.
I'm
'cause
sorry. You
trained in
can't.
Deception.
That's
Yeah.
wait. I was about to
So
ask.
we'll both roll. I guess is the, and I have the bardic inspiration because I'm sure Sir Starr's deception is good.
I mean, only 10 higher. I'm
Only 10 higher than mine. It's fine.
gonna beat him by 10 on the dice to do as well. Rough.
Cool.
Great.
And I'm a student here, so it's not weird. Like, this is my friend and bodyguard, man of Rosebark, etc.
Right.
Ooh, I rolled a 18.
Ooh,
Asked. Cool.
that's a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Great. Can I get a deception and a performance from both of you, please?
That was 24 for deception.
Cool.
Is that performance?
Yeah.
Performance is better with a 27.
Nice.
Ooh, I can add commanding presence to the performance
Thought you might.
check.
And
So
the
I'm going to
bardic
use that
inspiration.
and the inspiration, which is a D10. Yeah?
I believe so.
it
It
a-
is now. Let me look real quick.
That's
Bardic
good.
inspiration. Yeah, it's a D10.
Sweet, I'm going to need it because I rolled a 7 on the D20 plus 9 for the bardic inspiration.
Very nice.
Plus the commanding presence D10, which is another 4. So
21.
20.
20. Oh,
Sweet.
my math is off. It's been a week. Okay,
20s
cool.
for both. Nice and easy. There we
Nice,
go.
It's appreciated. It's very good. All right. So, the person, not sure what sound of slurping I'm hearing, but thank you for
Right.
those. I
Right.
think it's Ian. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ian.
Good to know. What the fuck? Oh, my mic's live. Eek.
You being the
Uh,
reaction to that's very good.
Yep. Thank you. All right. So, you find a local low-end administrator, basically like, my brain's doing like prefects from Potter, that sort of thing. Someone who's in charge without any ton of real authority to be like, hey, by the way, all these things happened.
It's
we
it's
got
the
this-
campus security is what it is. Like,
Pretty-
you know,
yeah.
the school cops.
Yeah, it's
Rolled
school
up
cops,
on
you
a
know.
Segway.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul Blart.
Oh Lord, I was more picturing, seniors doing their internships, in the the security college.
Oh, the fucking RA? Is that what you're talking about?
There you go. Thank you, RA. That's what I'm looking for. I went to college. I know these things. My God. All right. Yeah. So the RA, who's in charge of securities, was the one you really impress, and it gets headed up through the chains. Horrible things happen. Somebody gets a bunch of like magical tape of like crime scene tape that cuts off a sewer grate in the Undercity. And over the next day and a half, a bunch of people going and out, checking out these things, finding bodies, and it's a mess. It's a mess. You guys are all able to tell your story exceedingly well, and are, as far as you can tell, no one suspects you had anything more to do other than being the heroes who discovered a dastardly, dangerous curse of
will
blight upon the land. Yes.
spend a little time, and maybe Talon will want to come with me. And Sir Starr. I don't know if this is Burke probably wouldn't be interested in this, but like, if they're interested, actually like going to the families of the victims, like, and being like, no, I know I found them. Like, how much do you want to know? Like, I'm here for you, and just kind of like making myself known as a good Samaritan to these families who are at least maybe some.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, certainly. I do not want to role play that heartbreaking
No,
moment
I don't.
over and
I
over
don't
again. That's
want to do it either.
yeah.
But I just want to like spend some
appreciate
of my time doing that.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Give me a
Talon will go with you.
persuasion with advantage.
Yeah.
Each of us, or who would you like to roll that if we're all going?
Well,
Can
if
I help with
Vesper,
that?
yeah. I mean, that's the help is the advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Burke
whoever
helps and
wants to
gives
be,
disadvantage.
it balances everything out.
Have more bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Great.
That's a 17 plus 10 for 27 before the bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll add
Well,
it just
so
to see
30
what happens. Not quite a 30. Well, just a 30,
Okay.
not a 30 anything.
Just a 30.
Just a 30.
Isn't
To
level
be,
11
like,
wild?
The real tearful. Well, I have expertise in this. I took a whole feat to get that.
Oh, I remember.
But just that real like tearful, sympathetic, like, I'm so sorry, like, if there's anything I can do or my family can do to help you, please, of course, like,
Oh, yeah.
let us know. Bring them each like a bottle of wine as like a
Sure.
consolatory sort of thing. Just that.
The Delaiths have never been spoken of better between what your sister has done, finding justice for some people. I mean, not everyone is thrilled by
No.
here's some wine. I'm sorry your kid's dead. But you make an incredibly good showing. You are thought of incredibly kindly. I will get you the list of the 7 families whose children have died and your connections to those. As I did not expect to do them right now, I'm going to
I
make
don't
myself
need
a
them
note,
right
and we'll have that, and we'll let you know which. Thankfully, this is still horrible. These are all relatively minor nobles in these houses. I'm going to roll these. I'm going to roll that. There may have been someone of some importance.
I would like it to be known that I'm also there.
Yeah.
With
Certainly.
Hartford colors on.
Oh, that is a good point as well. So, Talon, give me your own performance roll, please. Then, performance and persuasion, because this matters.
I mean, I will be honest with you. Talon is being sincere. He's not hamming anything up.
Certainly.
Oh yeah.
He's actually
Right,
I don't feel good about the performance side.
Well, I mean, if you're also trying to bring to light the Lord Hartfords and his vassals that are doing the best to help the city.
But he's not performing. He's just actually talking with these people with those things on.
Okay. If you want to just give me a persuasion without the performance, you can.
Because the performance feels like I'm trying to get one over on them or like ham it up more than it really is, and that's not.
Doesn't feel right? Okay.
No, this is like something really bad happened with these people's families, and that's not Talon.
Okay. Great.
So how about a 29?
Almost a 30. Man, you got so close.
I mean,
I
I
had an
can't
extra
inspire
die,
myself,
though.
so.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good. I'm totally kidding. And I believe your die was another. Oh, there's only +2 or 3. Not important. Excellent. So the scuttlebutt in the city is currently the House Delaith as well as House Hartford are also being spoken of more in the current gossip circles within the court itself. The perception is that y'all are doing good things to help people. And there is not a lot of drama attached to that, but politics is a messy game. So you are doing exactly what we set out to do. Everyone's very much like, oh, these guys helped. It's really good. The families, especially of the deceased, which is the bereaved, are very much will look at both of you and by extension your houses in a much more positive light than before, as well as many other members of the court. I will get you a list of which noble members lost families so that you can see which houses you'll have the better contacts with. Rather than giving you 7 different houses right now, I'm just going to say we'll do that between sessions. If that's okay with you?
Totally fair.
And I'll
Right
add-
now. How dare you?
Okay. House
No,
Barney.
no.
House Phil.
House Ginger Ale.
House Power Ranger.
Great.
House Faith No More. And House Ring Light. House Canon Camera. What else we got around me?
You're
House
just
Lord of
naming
the
everything
Rings.
around you.
Yes,
I
I
was
am.
like-
This is exactly what's happening.
You got him. You did it. That's
We did
probably
it, guys.
7.
It's probably 7. Who's counting? No one cares.
All right.
Cool. I'll have that for you next time. Yeah. So it's actually been about 2 days that you've spent cleaning up. I hate that term. Dealing with this horrible tragedy.
Yeah, it's like probably not actually going in and out of the hideout at all during that time.
Oh no! I think I give you all a lot of credit to be much more clever than this.
Yep.
And that brings you to the 3rd of Melody. You have an appointment later on in the month, but is there anything that you guys else want to do?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Let's run that down the list. Shall we do an alphabetical thing?
I mean, Peercy said yes first. You can go first.
I don't
Peercy,
care.
you go first.
I want to talk to Vesper.
Oh, okay.
Or with, not to, with Vesper.
All right.
No, I'm talking at you.
We're going to talk at you. I have an all group thing.
Great.
And then a... So, whichever you want to do first.
Let's do the all group thing first.
All right. So, at some point when we're all like at the apartment or wherever we are.
Sure.
Oh, I actually have 2 things, but the other one will be quicker. I need to know how my sister's date with Lord Hartford went, but that I'll talk
Yes,
to. I'll get the
yes,
deets
you
on that
do.
later.
That's also something I need to know. So
Yeah,
But from
exactly.
the other side,
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match.
I'm trying.
Don't demonetize my stream. It should be in public domain.
you have to
so
actually
at-
sing the right notes.
Yeah. If you don't say right now, it's gonna get copyright struck. Oh, rip.
It's been a great stream, guys. So thanks so much for coming. We'll see you next time on the Fables of Alaemyr. I'm out.
It's me.
Hi, you're the problem.
Tiamat arrives. So at some point
Thanks
when
so much.
everybody's together at the apartment or wherever, we're staying at that point, Vesper will pull out a book and put it on the table. She kind of puts, when you put your hands on something with just like your fingertips, she'll say, I have maybe discovered something that could help us in our political endeavors. But it's complicated. And she'll start flipping through the book, which is a book of, I don't actually know what school of magic this spell is. Conjuration? It's probably transmutation, actually. Transmutation spells. And she gets to like one of the back chapters, which has like a diagram of somebody like forming out of a pile of slush and snow into a person, and then like Pinocchio style transforming into a real person on it. She puts her finger on it. She says,
Knowledge Arcana.
yeah.
Go for it.
Nope. Oh, no, wait. 14?
Nope.
Yeah, nope.
Like, what the fuck is that?
What are you making? Snowman over here? What's going on?
I am sort of making a snowman, a snow woman, as it were. I can't do this, but what yet? Maybe ever. But I've been studying Arcana while I'm here, and a little bit with Zeus. And I discovered that there is a spell, sort of a powerful piece of magic, where you can essentially make a almost perfect copy of yourself or someone.
Make a child.
Well, yes, but much quicker, and it will be an exact copy rather than a combination of 2 people.
Will that work?
It's a spell, and she like taps the book. So
For the Fae.
Oh, no, this isn't for the Fae. This is so that I don't have to spend my life sitting at a desk. Which is
Oh.
what you were worried about, right?
Yep.
So, it's a spell that in colloquial terms is referred to as simulacrum, and it's a little bit expensive, and I don't know how to do it, but theoretically it is a piece of magic that were we to gain access to it in the form of a scroll, one-time use sort of thing that I could do, and then there would be two of me, one to politicize and one to do things like storming Willard's hideout or looking for Bassinet or, generally going to war. And she'd be the same as me in the ways that matter. She's as smart as me. She has my personality. She wants what I want to some extent.
Talon
She
is...
can't re-
Oh, go ahead.
She can't really learn new things as such in terms of abilities. The way she is created is the way she will remain, but she can learn information and things like that. So this is just something that on our travels, or if you've ever heard, any of you heard of some magic like this, that... What do you think?
It seems useful, but is your mind connected to this simulacrum? Can you learn what it learns?
By talking to it. I mean, she'd be like me, so she's... Well, I like to think she'd be intelligent. And if she learns something... she'd be her own entity, so we could talk with her the same way that we could talk with each other. Or any other person.
I see, but you would have to be communicating more actively to know what she's doing.
Yes.
I see.
But I think I can tell her to do things, and she will do them according to the way that I ask her to. In a way of a created creature. Like a familiar or a summoned thing. Me, the player, quickly reading the simulacrum spell.
It seems like if you do that, you should give her my sending stone.
I agree. Or if Talon meets her, then she counts as somebody that he can message and things like that. But I sort of understand if you don't want to, because it's a little weird.
Yeah, Talon has a little bit of a look of apprehension and fear in his eyes. Peercy thinks this is a great idea.
Yeah. And she doesn't have to stay forever either. She is a construct.
Does she feel like you?
I don't know. It says here that it's, and she looks at the book. It says it's partially real. It acts like a normal creature. It looks the same. It's friendly to the person who created it and those who are allied with them. She knows all the things that I would know.
Talon starts to get a little red and blush a bit. Everything?
She kind of looks at the book again for a minute. It doesn't really say, but I assume so. I think she'd know everything that I know, which is an asset to an extent. But it would be a way for us to have somebody very, very reliable on the inside. Well, I am still free to go and do things. And if you're really not warm to the idea... I don't even know that we can do this. Like I said, I need access to this spell, this magic, to do it. But I wanted to put it on the table as an option.
It seems like a decision I can't make for you.
if you don't think it will complicate us, sure.
I don't think so. That's a conversation you and I can have in private.
Okay.
But, yeah, there's a very real possibility that people, and I don't know how difficult or easy it would be to keep a secret necessarily, but like, it'd be kind of cool to keep it a secret if we did it, and then like, look at you know so much, you're in so many places at once, blah, 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 I don't know. But if you hear anything about simulacrum creation when you're out and about doing your own things, just keep an open ear, I suppose. Because I think this is possible for me.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I had.
Cool. Peercy, you said you wanted to have a private conversation with Vesper. Before we do that, does there's anybody else have something that they want to do before I throw a wrench into the world?
As you do.
Yeah, I feel like it's my job. Going once, going twice. Peercy, what do you got?
So, do you mind if we talk about that for a second?
No, please. Well,
And some other stuff?
yeah, let's go have a talk.
Okay.
Where do you guys go?
I mean, Talon just starts to go into the other room.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, you're in your apartments. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, makes the most sense.
Certainly.
Private space. We don't want to be in the underground hideout while they're doing investigations. So,
Yeah, and then he stops for a second, turns around, and is like, I mean, is this something we really should hide from these guys? I mean, not like we're hiding anything, just like, like...
it's really... She'll turn to Sir Starr and Burke and be like, how much do you really want to be a part of the conversation about our relationship and future and things that we're doing before we work it out?
Vesper.
Yeah.
My dear.
Yeah.
You're talking to a paladin of the god of secrets.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
You want to know everything.
Exactly. But I don't need to know this. That's up to you. I wouldn't use your information against you. Well,
It's more like
unless you crossed me in some major way, but I'm sure you wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't want to do that either.
No.
It's more like I don't want to bore you with talk about our relationship more than I want to keep things from you.
Oh, my dear, juicy secrets do not bore me.
All right. Well, Burke.
Burke just shrugs.
Okay. Well, we are going to be talking then.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you, Talon, okay with this?
I think, yeah, I am. Because
Okay.
I also, like, really need everyone's input right now, too.
Okay. Yeah. So, quick catch up. Wow, where do I start? Talon has agreed to be the father of the child that we give to the Fae, so there's that.
Sir Starr feigns a fake gasp.
Yeah, what a revelation.
Sir Starr, can you give me a deception, please?
Not even trying an insight.
That is a 26.
It seems genuine.
Mm-hmm.
He seems genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really good at that. Damn. Spooky. What else was on the agenda?
Well,
there.
the whole... Well, I did ask you to marry me.
You did, and I said yes, I think,
You did.
to that. I did.
That is beautiful. And sooner than expected. Congratulations.
Well, there are some
Congrats.
complications. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. It's
Now
not
come-
official and shouldn't leave this space yet, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not announced, not official, I guess is a better word for it.
No, of course not, but I would love to help you in that ceremony.
Oh, absolutely.
Wouldn't ask anybody else.
Exactly. But there are some complications.
As there always are.
Well,
We-
do you
we-
you want to tell this part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lord Harford has also offered me his daughter's hand in marriage.
Congrats.
You are quite popular.
Well,
Unsurprisingly so. Look at you.
I told him everything.
Everything.
Everything. He says with that, like, lost, timeless look in his eyes.
Sir Starr's head slightly goes to the side. And how much of your everything includes me?
Oh, you were included in the story, but not necessarily every tiny detail about you. More like our adventures through time and our plans to.
Okay. Good. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No personal secrets.
No.
Only
Careful there.
time stream
Please
secrets.
tread carefully with my
Well-
secrets.
He also has one of these, and he pulls out the black feather.
A feather.
It is a small world, isn't it?
It is. This means that he's a member of the same organization we are. Where we originally met Rogers before we went into the future and met you.
Okay.
Kestrel knows him as well. He actually joined us in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. I guess Kestrel is a member.
Hmm?
I forgot about that.
But the complicated part is Lord Hartford offering me his daughter's hand. I told him that I was a bastard of the House Miraran. And then he has some really good... good isn't the right word. Some very tactical points for me to marry his daughter. I have told him that I love someone else and we plan to get married, just not who yet. And Vesper and I have talked about it, and I don't love her. But he's got some very good, tactical, political points that would put me in line for the dukedom.
That
There's a-
is
Go
an
ahead.
interesting complication.
Right.
Is it?
should also-
Could you not be with them both?
Vesper kind of gets this look on her face of, like, pursed lips, slightly narrowed eyes. Not, like, at anybody in particular, but just, like, can't hide it. And she says, the optics of that amongst the Tyrian nobility would be poor.
So stuffy.
I'm not opposed to sharing, but I am opposed to making a mess of things in our sharing.
Right. And I don't
It should
know
also-
this person or love them.
It should be noted also that our dear girl, I didn't write her name down, DM, but I would know it.
Rayland. Rayland
yeah.
Hartford.
Rayland Hartland would be terrible. Rayland Hartford is fine.
Sorry, Rayland Hartford.
Yeah. Our dear girl Rayland is quite ill and has been most of her life, I believe. Rumor has it, not expected to live more than another few years,
Right.
barring intensive magical intervention that her father's money has not yet been able to buy.
Well, I'd say that there's quite a chance she lives longer than us.
Maybe.
Marry her, then kill her.
I'm in front of very expensive electronics and it was drinking water. Please don't do that.
Burke,
I can't do that,
no.
Burke.
Not this one. Maybe another one, but not this one.
I legitimately did a spick take. Thank you, Ian. Moving on.
I do like her father. I do like Lord Hartford, and he needs someone. Okay, so basically on the DL, I think I found out that he has made dealings with the Winter Fae as well. And this might be why his family has these problems. He has no heir. His daughter will not make it 2 years, maybe 3.
Some real Winter
Does
Fae
that
crap.
then mean that, Talon, 2 of your children are going to the Fae?
No, I don't think so. I don't think she would make it through labor.
I see.
But
you're
I
going
did
to
wanna
try.
Ask about the optics of that, because that seems like a lot of questioning of Lord Hartford, but like a sickly girl trying to give birth, have a baby in general, just seems like a really bad idea.
yeah, I don't think that's the case, and I actively think he's not thinking completely selfishly either. I think he wishes for his daughter to enjoy the remainder of her life. I think he wishes to actually change Tyr, and I think he has a very tactical political plan. I love you, Vesper, and I don't know what to do, because if we're trying to do what we're trying to do, me becoming Talon Hartford and being a part of Tyrian nobility, not just a small house, but of the ruling family of Tyr.
Politically, she is a far greater match than I could offer you. And I wish that it was so simple,
I know.
because I think that if I told you I didn't want you to do it, then you wouldn't. Which is why I
wouldn't.
can't tell you that.
You know I
Because
wouldn't.
it breaks my heart to say this is a really good idea.
So
He's
then
right.
what do we do? How do we do this? He doesn't know who it is, right?
Nor should he.
I don't know that he should. And maybe I don't want to lie to him, but at the same time, he said many nobles have mistresses. And at that, I was like...
She lets her whole face go in that absolutely fucking not expression this time.
Yeah, and Talon just does the same thing. He's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Narrow eyes, crossed arms. She kind of like sits back on the couch. Like, I'm sure he did.
He doesn't know it's you. I want you to know that.
No, I know. I can't. The face control. All right. I am hoping that we can really just smush him and my sister together as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because if he can get a child on a new wife, then that child will take precedence over his current daughter, I believe.
Right.
Is that right, DM? Is that how that works? Baby of the fresh wife?
Depends. You would have to get the current heir to abdicate to allow a new child to take precedent. If Raylan were to die and he were to have another child, that child would then become heir. But Raylan would have to actively step away from her place.
Here's the thing. I
Wait.
don't know a lot about Rayland, but what I have heard, it's not exactly something she'd be thrilled to do.
Right. Well, but she's also not long for this world. And I don't... Here's the other thing I don't want to do. I don't want to deceive someone like that, especially in her position. With her health problems, and which I think are tied to something that has been done with the Winter Fae before. And now I'm wondering if he does marry your sister and they have a kid, if the same things won't just happen to them.
So we would need to pry out of him exactly the terms of his own deal.
Right.
She kind of nods. Here is the other thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't see a way for you to tell him who you have feelings for without it getting weird. But if you could imply that the Delaiths also have some understanding of the Winter Fae nonsense and are working on it, then maybe that would ingratiate him more to my sister, who I'm going to need to really get into the nitty-gritty of this stuff with, but...
I think that's a good idea. I mean, he did make mention that these whole kinds of things, and Talon's like looking at everyone in the room, it's like are really more like arrangements than... He said a lot about duty and, oh, you're so lucky to found love, but marrying for love isn't always the blah, 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 blah stuff, right? That I'm like, God damn it. Okay, here's the one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to be my father. Wow.
Do you know if you follow?
This just got really... I'm going to sit down for a second. I'm sorry. This got really weird.
Do you know if your father ever had a political marriage? I know he and your mum weren't together in that way, but
I have no idea. We didn't really talk about that, and I didn't meet any of your brothers or sisters or a mother or anything. Just him. I don't know.
But then again, it was the future, so things might have been different then.
Yeah.
Than they are now.
Right.
Is that something we could look up? Like elven nobility lineages? Not like right now, DM, but like would that be information that we could find in tier or something?
It's not a grand secret about like who, it's a history of the noble lines of Spire is definitely something you would find a book in. The problem is that elves live a long heckin' time, and those books aren't really updated on the reg. It's not like an internet database, right? So while you may find a book locally, politically, Spire's been closed for the last 20 years. So the majority of Talon's life, if he has a much older sibling, that's part of that, you would definitely find it. Anything more recently?
Well, I'm looking more for about a partner to Datamir, less so a sibling to Talon.
Sure.
Because if elves are so long lived, that actually might be a benefit to us if he got married 50 years ago before meeting Talon's mom.
Yeah.
Or,
And you could find these things. Now, keep in mind, right? A recent understanding of the nobility would probably be something very specific to look up, rather than like the history of the elven lines in Spire, and like what their purviews of influence are, how they became to power, much older history.
Yeah.
So yes, you could find it. You'd either have to find a scholar, more likely, of that tracks the nobility within certain places. That's something that is their specialty of. Finding a book in a library, unlikely, but it is possible.
Well, if we're headed there sometime soonish anyway, I'm not really going to worry about it. But if it was something that was like easily accessible, then that would have been like, oh, I could probably find that out.
Let me just Google that real fast.
Yeah.
Who's Dathomir married to?
I got the in on nobility lines here. Okay.
You do. You are very hooked into these noble lines, even if your information may be a couple years old.
Well, at this point, I've been in tier a month, so I imagine it's been.
You've caught up a bit of gossip.
Yeah. Just been meeting people again. Okay. Back to it. Well, what... We can talk to your father about that when we get to Spire in the next leg of our journey.
And it also might
If
make
you
it
want
easier
to.
to talk in Spire if we do the thing.
If you get married to this girl whose name I also didn't write down, and I really keep wanting to call her Rosalind, but I know that's not her name.
I mean, if you really want it to be Rosalind, it's still not going to
Rayland.
be. It's Rayland.
Rayland, thank you. Rosalind is
want me to put it in the
fucking
chat?
Shakespeare. No, I wrote it down this time, but
I mean, you should put it in important persons.
I can do that.
yeah, she
Chat,
does go
yep.
there.
I will put her there. Nobody puts Rosalind in the corner in the
It
chat. All right.
does make sense. Man, you could really go with a... Does Lord Hartford know that you're not officially acknowledged as a heir to House Mirarin?
Yes, which is why he would adopt me as his son once his daughter passes. Which I think may also have something to do with whatever the curse is, that if it's not blood, we gotta talk to him about that.
I mean, I am open to speaking with him about what I did. Contextless of you.
Yes,
He's a smart man. He may figure it out on his own.
he may.
But that way he sort of understands the position that we're in with the Winterfell.
Right.
And that you are not a liability in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think that being the husband of one of Tyr's most powerful noble houses will put you in a better position in Spire, then the reasons not to do this are... Or the reasons to do this are just... piling on.
But I want, for all the great reasons there are to do it, I don't
That's one really big reason not to. I know.
Right. Two of them, actually.
Kind of looks up like, what?
Well, you know, the child and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Listen. I knew that going into this, trying to do the thing we were going to have to do, that there would need to be sacrifices made. It's part of the reason I took that deal with the Winter Queen. Made that deal, I suppose. In the first place. And I can't ask you to make that sacrifice. It has to be your own decision.
None of you will like my decision. Well, you will.
Let's talk to Lord Hartford and see what he has to say about his own deal, if there is one, with the Winterfell. What I've done. I'll talk to my sister and see how that's going, because it's possible that through these machinations it won't be necessary for you. Because if she marries him and then we get married, there's legitimacy there.
Yeah. Do you want to talk with your sister first, and I can set up a meeting with all of us? Because I do think at this point, what we have to talk about with him is less about actually how we feel and more about planning as, and he just points to the black feather, and that's all of us.
I think it's a good idea for the four of us to meet with Lord Hartford. I'll talk to my sister privately first and see how that's coming along. And then I can push or pull as necessary when we talk to him with her, you know?
Great. And I don't know what to do if there's two of you. And he just grabs a glass of water and walks out the room.
That is a good line to exit on. Awesome. Cool. I'm very proud of the drama that is being sown here. So this is good. Thank you. Awesome. So Tom, where do you head off to?
He literally just walks into the room to like sit for a moment with his crazy thoughts, and that's it.
Am I my father?
Right, just to be off scene, and like he's just gonna go. You know, he's not far away. Just I want to let other people do things.
Man's got stuff to deal with. Completely reasonable. So, sitting room, Vesper, Sir Starr, and Burke. Anything you guys want to discuss, or is you guys gonna head over towards dinner time? Get yourself something to eat.
Sorry for the bomb droppings. Shit's complicated. Don't ever be noble. Blah.
I've seen worse.
Too much attention for me.
Wait, but you've seen worse.
Bomb droppings.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. Better than that. Whatever this fucking bullshit is, it's better than that. I'm gonna go find my sister.
Sir Starr,
Yes.
are you noble?
Not by blood. Sometimes I'd like to think that I embody a noble behavior, but not all the time.
That's much better.
Mostly when I need to, and sometimes when I want to. But sometimes it gets in the way, and I just need to get something done. Ignobly.
Marriage is tricky. Bloodlines are weird. And Burke just shakes his head and like puts his palm up to his face.
And what about you, Burke? Are you noble? Did you somehow dragon ride your way into nobility at some point in the past?
No birthrights. Warforged aren't born. No dicks. Warforged don't marry. At least outside.
Well, we can't all be noble in our group.
Burke, give me a history roll, please.
Do Warforged have dicks? Let's do this roll.
All right, figure it out. Come on.
Here's
Come
a
on,
roll for
69. All right.
That is a 7 total.
Yeah, they don't have dicks. Hold on.
It's a separate attachment. You have to purchase it. It's an add-on. It's like DLC.
It's really unfortunate. Like they like the base model's really cheap, but the DLC is outrageous. Is the real problem.
Only the gnomes knew how to do it, and now they're just gone for the world for some reason.
What's a gnome? What's a gnome? No one knows what that is.
Yeah, we saw this weird like group of small people that weren't like Hofflins and they weren't like goblins. There's stained glass on the wall of this crazy time temple. So
That's very true. You did see that.
aliens probably.
Probably aliens. Ian, what Burke tries to remember, through his past, has nothing to do with his theoretical attachable junk.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it might be that as well. Maybe that's what the seven's
With
really.
a 7, that's what you remember instead. Yeah.
It's like I'm pretty sure I had an attachment somewhere. Where did I put that?
Got lost.
Oh,
in the
no.
holding debacle.
Who did I leave it in?
Like a bee stinger. Oh no.
I love this. Hate this. Great. Now I remember what I was going to say, but I swear, what you do also recall. Oh, for fuck's sake, is that well, no, there isn't bloodlines with Warforge. Seniority does carry a semblance of nobility within the Warforgian culture, at least when it was a full-on society. And Burke, you have the most seniority.
That is fine by me, and he's not going to tell anyone that.
Oh, I didn't think you would. I just want to let you know more things, and the audience know more things, and no one ever knows anything Burke is thinking about. Is Burke noble? No, Burke is a king. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Burke is a monarch.
The monarch?
The mighty monarch! Yes.
That's a different character entirely.
Very much so. I got to see a wonderful Dr. and Mrs. the Girlfriend at Gen Con. So for those of you who weren't at Gen Con, shame. Also, come to Gen Con next year. Come meet us. Hello!
All right.
Cracks, what happened?
I'm gonna go find my sister. We don't have to roleplay this if you don't
Sure.
want to. I just
all good.
want to know how her dates are going. Is
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I can give you that. I'll
If
do
you
this.
want to roleplay it, we can. I've just been talking a lot, so I don't.
Yeah, no, and I'd like to sharing the screen. Very good. I will give you. Well, don't worry. We'll definitely do some RP with Elenda at some future point in the near future. But for now, I will just give you that. The long and the short is,
Roll for it.
Don't roll for it. Jesus Christ! Don't leave this up to the dice. I'm so scared.
which die, Ian? Which die? Should be 4.
D12.
D12.
How do you roll good on a D12? Okay, I rolled an 8. I don't know what that means. Good enough. All right, what you find out from Elenda is that while he's a very desirable match, she's not super impressed with him. She's interested, certainly, in what the political ramifications are, but, he's a little stuffy, and, don't get me wrong, thrilled to marry him, but he is stuffy.
Oh, stuffy's better than gross or I don't know. Weird. That's not the only word I could think of. And so rich. He's so rich, Lenny.
Yeah. Well, we can. I'm assuming this conversation will go later into the evening and doing such things as you guys talk. I'll leave that off screen. We can play with that more in the future if you'd like. Yes.
I'm thinking if I'm gonna tell her how much she knows. We told her about all this future nonsense.
You did.
Is she picking up that we're trying to set her up at all?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think I just spill the beans to her about.
Can I not
on.
RP about this? I think I have to. But I have other things I want to do with the other players. Okay, so you spilled the beans about Talon being your baby daddy, potentially.
Not that part. We're gonna come back to that part.
Oh, okay, we're coming back to that part.
We're gonna do the summary of we're trying to set you up with Lord Hartford because Talon knows him and it would be a good match, but also Lord Hartford is trying to get Talon to marry his daughter, and I don't know if you know this, but we're kind of super into each other, and maybe we're thinking about some plans there because he is a Mararan heir, maybe ? And so just That kind of thing.
Oh, this is a long conversation, well into the to the evening, about you guys kind of discussing. That's a good idea, but that's kind of weird. Oh, so
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
am I your auntie now? Call me
Just
auntie.
like
You know,
I know it'd be so fucking weird, right? So
I think she'll probably tease you quite a bit about that for a minute, while also at the same time taking serious considerations.
yeah, so just let her ruminate on that, and we'll come back to it.
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll do that. You are there with her probably for 3, 4, 5 hours, getting some time to catch up not only about that, but like your lives, each other, what's been going on. How's the farming? How's the farm going? How are classes going? Learn any good math things in your math.
Oh yeah,
class
we'll
with your
talk
math.
about the books and all that too,
Mhm.
like
Sure.
just the actual plan that I have, because I have a whole fucking plan that not any other players know about yet. So we move on.
Excellent. Yeah, and then also, so while Vesper's out for dinner, her and Alenda are going to go grab some dinner. What are you guys doing the rest of the evening?
Well, Talon would like to go speak with Lord Hartford about the same thing. How's it
Sure,
going with
perfect.
Lady Linda?
All right.
We don't have to roleplay that either. That's just
Sure.
kind of the whole,
I'm
like...
going to give. Yeah. I'm just
The
going to give you.
bookkeeping, the bookkeeping.
Yeah, for sure. She's really great. I don't think I'm giving the best impression, but she's very lovely, and I'm Talon, I'm nervous. It's that kind of thing. He's very flustered. He's trying to make a good impression. He's very into Alenda. He's trying to be like, how do I do this the right way? And is making it weird. And some stuff comes up about like his ex, and some other stuff. Like it's a bit of a mess. It's cute and a little bit concerning.
Yeah,
is
so
how
I'll
that
give him
goes.
pointers like, oh, she's a druid. My mother was a druid. Blah, 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 blah. And
Oh,
like...
druids are so rare. That's very cool. Your mother's a druid. What did she teach you? You guys have a
like-
bunch of conversations about that. Cool.
Nothing, because she banned me when I was 5. Anyway, no, I'm kidding.
No.
What do you mean you had cancer? Never mention it again.
Yeah, I just wanted to give him that kind of, stuff,
Great.
like pointers, and because I don't know what Vespers, what she said. It's like, well, I also, just give him some pointers and encourage him to keep going, because I
Give
think he's an
me
awesome dude.
I feel like this is the only time calling for a seduction roll would be appropriate. But I don't
He's
have
not
that.
trying to seduce Lord Hartford.
No, but he's trying to give pointers for seduction within a third way. So it'd be like, how do you help? Give me a persuasion roll.
How long does Bardic Inspiration last?
24 hours, I think, until used.
No,
Okay.
10
You're wrong?
minutes. I really
10
hate
minutes?
to-
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
It's like so I rolled a 30.
Okay, so now we have Cyrano de Bergerac. Talon, how's your nose looking?
It's
and
really
you're gonna
long.
be perfect,
really,
excellent.
really long.
You will be in the bushes on their next date. It's going to be really weird, and it's going to go great.
It'll go great because I can inspire him the entire time.
This is, and as his bard, it's not that weird for you to be there playing music during the date.
Nope.
It's
You don't even have to be invisible. That's so fucking funny.
Right.
This is weird, and I love it, and it's awesome, and
Private musician.
Yep.
It's gonna be so weird now, though, that I've told my sister about this whole situation. She's gonna be looking at you like squint.
She's like, this is really romantic, but why are you? Oh, you have to. Oh, this is weird, awkward, and then like, how does she open up to this guy? Oh, it's gonna be. It's just drama. It's good old-fashioned noble drama. Beautiful.
Talon's just in the corner playing some Barry Manilow to get the mood together. Give them both bardic inspiration.
Oh my god.
It's a straight up Cyrano bard scene. I love it. Okay.
Also, I want to set up a meetings like, aside from that, I believe that and I kind of pull out a quill, the black feather, and begin to fake write something in a book that I have some people that would like to meet with you.
Give me deception, please.
Sure. I mean, he knows what I'm talking about.
I know he does.
I'm gonna use an inspiration to re-roll that one.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
Seems good.
Yeah.
A 3 is not better.
What's the total?
The total is a 16.
Okay. Not terrible.
Unless,
Not terrible.
wait, hold on. Let me look at something. I'm not mimicking the speech of another.
You were
Trying to
not.
pass myself off as a different person. I'm not doing
were
that
not.
either. Nope. That's it.
Nope.
It's a 16.
Okay, probably the lowest you'll ever roll.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. All right, great. Okay, he understands your talk, and he says in a much more subtle way than you do. I have some time tomorrow evening. If they'd like to come meet me in my office, I would be glad to meet with your associates or whatever. Right? He says it in
Thank
a
you, my
better. Yeah. So cool.
And then I head off.
Cool. So Starr,
Yes.
you and Burke are hanging out in the apartments while our resident lovebirds are out trying to matchmake their cells, this is just the funniest triangle. I am goddamn here for it.
Pentagon, quadrangle, whatever the fuck this weird shape is.
This would be a tesseract, actually. Thank you very much.
No, be glad Rogers isn't here. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
I've
is he a
been-
noble?
He's not. He's the mistress in this whole situation. Like
100%.
that's what mistresses are for.
Sweet, sweet summer vampires. Let's go. Well, it's a bit gauche now that they're at war with them, but in the before times, yes, we would all have our vampire, our house
Delightfully
vampire.
strange. Mm-hmm.
Oh, the weird ass world of nobles in my world. It's all my fault. Starr, you and Burke are out. I'm looking at everybody's levels. All the levels are one too low. It's all good.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. Peercy. So what are you and Burke going up to? You have the rest of the evening to yourselves, and is there anything that you guys want to do other than grabbing dinner and going to bed?
So Starr doesn't have any plans outside of hanging with the group for tonight.
Great.
Now that he's dropped all of his ducklings off.
Perfect.
We could observe. Go startle them.
Hmm. You just want to see them suffer. I'm not
Don't you?
opposed.
Sorry, Ian, what was that?
I said, don't you?
No, I'm not opposed. Did you want to see any of them in particular? I think I know which one you would want to see.
I've no recollection.
Well, it seemed as though you were getting along with Cedar. You really helped him unlock something.
Burke shrugs. They are young. They are squishy. Three words. Hold on. Getting close is... I don't fraternize with... And he'll just like kind of trail off and just be like, let's just go.
Okay. I do have to admit I am a bit more concerned for Red and Eucalyptus. I
Burke
also-
shows no glimmer of recognition for any of these names on his face.
They have a dangerous heist in front of them. And they need to do it on their own, well, with each other, but I don't want them to die.
Well, let's train them.
All right.
Burke goes
We'll
and
check in
reaches
with
for a
Nightshade.
crossbow and starts heading out the door.
Cool. So who are you going to check on?
Red and Eucalyptus, who are with Nightshade.
Great. Okay. That is in a... Well, Nightshade is generally in a lovely establishment known as the Golden Unicorn. And it's a great place to grab dinner. It's a bit pricey. But it would be a good, easy way to go check it out there.
And off they go.
Cool. The two of you head into one of the nicer ends of the Nobles District and arrive at the Golden Unicorn. It is early in the evening, maybe 6 p.m., and the place is already doing a bustling trade. You see Nightshade at the bar, serving and chatting and being congenial with those who are in attendance. He kind of... Why don't you both give me a insight roll, please?
Okay. That is a 19.
Nice.
Hey, I got a dirty 20.
Hey! Show me how to say no. All right. You notice from Nightshade, he breaks character for a moment when he sees the two of you walk in. His eyes widen slightly, and you see a slight crease as his lips press into a firm line. And what you both are able to track from this, you see guilt on his face for just a fraction of a moment as you walk in. And then he quickly is gone, and he begins, being once again congenially, handing out drinks and, acting, as the congenial bar owner that he is.
Player does not quite remember how we got into that back room. Like, was it just some double doors we walked through to get back to that back room where we talked to him last time?
It was a kind of a private dining room where they did a lot of like private tastings and whatnot. That was behind the bar, around the bar, not actually through the kitchen, right? But
okay,
out the line of sight, and so that is the way to get there. You're going to head towards that back room.
Yep. Sir Starr will confidently, but also quietly, stroll on through.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Unless he hits the door and like hears a fucking group of people eating on the other side of it.
Yeah, those doors are currently open, and you see waitstaff going in, and you see a serving person coming in to say, I'm sorry, sir, I believe it's closed for cleaning. Then Nightshade comes by. Oh, it's all right. That's not his voice. It's all right. I promised them a private. And why didn't you tell me? And basically shoos out the cleaning staff and lets the two of you in. He goes, be right with you, and goes back and kind of whispers over to the waitress, and after a few moments, a rather beautiful rack of lamb is brought into the center of the table. There is a carafe of wine, some potatoes that have been mashed, as well as some colorful vegetables that are placed in a rather very aesthetically pleasing arrangement around the table. It's enough food for two very, very hearty eaters, though I don't think they got the memo that Burke doesn't do a whole lot of eating. And the table is set for you very quickly.
Yeah, so Star's hunger takes over for a moment, and he just kind of starts tearing into stuff until Nightshade comes in.
Sounds good. Well, two of you get a chance to sit and eat, and about 20-30 minutes later, Nightshade, and the helm is yours! And he kind of, words are hard again. I don't know why that is. He very much flamboyantly makes a big gesture and a wave, and you can hear his voice kind of begin to turn away as he is giving one of his number two, the kitchen staff. And the doors close behind him, and his voice drops. Alan, I swear I was going to come to you just as soon as we were done with the rush. I obviously can't be heading out until after hours to maintain, and...
You could have sent a note. What happened?
How dare.
I fucked up. The lads were not ready, and possibly I did not quite explain. They were maybe over eager to prove themselves, and So bad news, they have been captured. Good news, I got 2 very promising candidates that I would be glad to provide as recompense for this unfortunate situation we have here. So I would love to introduce these 2 new lads. If you'll
I
give
see
me...
I was mistaken to trust you in this. Where are they?
Well, they've been captured.
Did I ask you if they had been captured? Where are they?
Give me an intimidate roll.
Oh, nice. That's a nat 20.
Oh, fuck yes!
Or
Make him pee.
24.
Do you mind if I give you a little bit of flair here on this one?
Sure.
So, as Sir Starr's anger kind of comes into his voice, the room itself darkens as light seems to pull away from any sources of flame, and he is kind of just a silhouette as his presence seems to grow grand behind him. And, yeah. He doesn't pee himself because he's been around a lot of scary people, but the necessary effect has had. Ellen, these things happen. The lads are in.
You chose their task. These things don't just happen. Oftentimes they're arranged.
Look, I swear I had nothing to do with them being captured. This is just incompetence, and that happens from time to time. They are still alive. They are in the cells. I believe that what I was able to follow, and one of my lesser shadows were able to keep a track of them, and they are in the cells below the Tyrion Estates. Yeah, the not the main dungeon, of course, but and he kind of points to a penal colony is not the right word, but there is one of the districts of Tyr is used for in a jail cell system. So it is the kind of the main jailing area.
Prison is the word you want. Prison.
Prison. So they're in prison. I'm sorry. He's flustered. I'm flustered. Everyone's flustered. I'm sorry. Sir Star's intimidating when he's mad. Leave me alone. He's in a prison. I don't know.
So good you intimidated the DM.
Nat 20s are powerful. What can I do? Yeah, they're in prison. They're definitely in prison. And he is clearly very flustered and does not want to piss you off anymore and is very much unhappy with the way the things have transpired.
We need to rescue them.
Sure. Yeah.
They're mine. As you were long ago.
Why do you got to bring that up? Yeah. All right.
Because you know how I care for my people.
Ooh, give me a persuasion roll. With advantage, actually, because of that intimidation.
Burke is sitting at the table, just elbows on the table and his chin in both his hands, just watching this.
Magical girl style? What's happening here?
I assume him I imagine him at a table tall enough to where his feet are actually dangling and kicking back and forth. That's a 22 for persuasion.
Excellent. Right. Yeah. Look, I can. I know where they are. I can probably get us to the front door, but
I don't think I want to go in the front door.
well, it's not like there's a back. I mean, this is a prison.
And this prison has no sewage?
I mean, probably. I'm not sure. Oh, right. Y'all can fucking teleport through little things you can see. That's good. DM forgot how he's going to plan this. It's all good. I did not plan to go this way. Yeah, of course it's sewage. Didn't think of that. Me or the DM.
Almost missed that.
Okay, what fourth wall? No one look at me. Yeah. I could. You learned some new
Ignore
tricks,
me.
and ignore me. Oh God, Venture Pro are so good. For those of you who haven't, please watch the new movie. It's fantastic. Back on track. Yeah.
I want to get them both out as safely as we can, and quietly.
Of course. Well, he begins like, or got a map of the place. I could show you best where we. I could show you the layout of. We might have a blueprint of what the area looks like. I just don't obviously have anything like that here.
I thought so. I'll need to see it.
Of course. Can meet you midnight. Why don't we head to your friend's frightened ring? Might be a good spot.
We'll start there.
Boy, will your shiny, large, obviously located friend be joining us?
He as well as 2 more. We should be able to help with our friend's shininess.
Right. I guess you learn some new tricks then. Right. All right. Well, I got to
Learn much in 80 years.
He kind of nods. All right. We'll get. Yeah. Till later then. I still gotta keep up appearances.
Of
See you
course. I wouldn't wish you to break that, but it would not do you well to fail me twice in such a short time.
Give me another intimidation with advantage.
Okay.
I'm loving this darker side of Starr.
Me too.
Oh,
Nice. 24.
fuck yeah. He looks at you. He gulps. He goes to the table where you were placed. He takes a bottle of Dwarven ale, fills up a small glass with it, and downs it immediately. All right. See you tonight. And, you hear his manufactured voice come back, and, all right, Captain returning! And he heads back outside, and you guys are left to yourself. I think this is a great time for us to take a short rest while I figure out how the fuck to talk again. That's a problem, that your intimidation too good. So we're going to take a short rest.
You've
And
intimidated the DM. No.
Maybe let us get like a couple lines in before we get to this break.
oh, hell yeah, sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah, after he walks back out, Sir Starr would look to Burke and say, I assume you're in for this jailbreak, correct?
Of course.
Good.
He's an idiot.
I seem to have forgotten that. Maybe I am getting old. Thank you for your help. Let me finish this and then we'll get back. We should find the others.
Sounds good.
All right, I think this will be that's a great line to go out on. I love this, and we'll be back after a short rest. Also, I really like that you came to the conclusion of which pair to go check on, and that is something I had already prepped. So hell yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
good thinking on you, Nathaniel. We're on the same page.
You did say they were in the most dangerous one.
These are a few of my favorite things. All right, see you guys soon.
Bye.
See you in about 15. Bye. welcome back, mortals and monsters. Hope you had a restful short rest. Before we get back into it, just wanted to remind you all we got our fun socials, and we also wanted to say a shout out to our lovely patron, Jackie. Jackie, we love you.
Love you, Jackie.
Patron. Just the one.
That's all right.
But you could change that.
But if you would like
With
to
a click of a
support us,
button,
even you can prevent forest fires and possibly change our future. If you would like to support us monetarily and help us keep doing what we love, you can hop over to Patreon. That'd be a cool thing to do. And yeah, we post our VODs next day. So if you aren't able to catch everything right up front, you can do that, as well as some cool content. We do some Q&As on how we world build and some other cool stuff about running the game and some secrets about who different noble houses are. And you're able to get some inside scoops on the world that I created. So that's a cool place to do that stuff. But yeah, I think there's these two bright-eyed and bushy-tailed apprentices that need helping. So why don't we get back to that? So Starr, you have learned the fate of two of your apprentices that are languishing in a what do you call dungeon, prison, in an area in another district of Tyr.
Yeah, he reaches into his pocket and grabs his sending stone.
And if I remember correctly, the other one is held by Vesper.
Correct.
Okay. Sure.
He holds that up and would send her a message saying, Vesper, Red and Eucalyptus have been captured. I will need to rescue them. Your help is not necessarily appropriate. But welcome.
Vesper, you get this right in the middle of going into some gossipy details with your sister.
And then I said, well, I just don't know if that's appropriate. Hold on.
Love it.
Thank
Okay, this is for
you.
you. Let me look into it. Depending on crime, I might be able to do this on the up and up rather than quietly. Meet soon.
Yeah. Sorry, no, forget that. Not important. What were you saying? And, let you guys do your thing.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Sorry about that. Messages, So anyway, I said that is not appropriate for this situation. And then he said...
Super cute. Awesome. Okay, so Starr, where do you and Burke go? You guys finish up dinner. You are meeting your contact at midnight.
And what time is it?
Right now, it's just before 8 p.m.
Cool, close enough. We head back to the apartments first.
Sure.
He's going to head back to the apartment, see if he can meet up with people.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
figure both Talon and Vesper will get there before midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before I go back there, I want to see... Well, I'll just ask my sister first. Have you heard anything about two gentlemen who got arrested and are now imprisoned in whatever the name of that prison would be?
Sure.
And just I'm going to start picking threads
The
here.
bad place, prison.
Who's in the bad place? How did they get there? What did they
Usually
do
they're doing
or
bad
not
things.
do? But how
Well,
bad?
Well, I mean, depends really on how well you're connected.
About to find out.
She is not aware of anybody getting arrested. It's not really her sphere of influence.
Well, just what gossip has she heard? Because if two chucklefucks tried to steal from the regent and fucked it up, that's pretty hot goss.
Right.
But if they were doing something else, then that also gives me information.
Yeah.
So
There is no hot gossip about this.
interesting.
Yeah, it might be.
Then I want to do this in such a way. Okay, so let me back up because here's the grand plan for what Vesper wants to do. And we got to like go back into Ocean's Level montage style this maybe.
I mean, hell yeah.
I want to see what information I can get from who might have heard about two guys fucking something up and going to prison about it in various social circles. Because the grand plan here is to spend a destiny point for an I know a guy, as in I know a lawyer who can get them out and get them annulled of their crime, instead of having to do a whole prison break.
I mean, we could just call a lawyer. That would be fun. Sure. Yeah, I can make this happen. All right. Give me an... Go
These
ahead.
destiny points are deeply precious to me, and I am willing to spend one. However, like I want to make sure that the I know a guy has at least a decent chance of doing what we need him to do.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. Let me quickly double check my own notes on
But that does require me to like spend some time gathering some information first, but I don't really... Player doesn't know where to start. Vesper would know where to start, you know?
Sure. Okay, give me just a quick second. I'm gonna look a couple things up. So if you don't mind, I would like to just shift over to sort of star me up with Talon while I look up a couple things so we don't have some dead air.
There you go.
Sounds good.
So we appear back at the apartments.
Yeah,
Wait,
exactly.
aren't we also supposed to meet with Hartford tonight?
No, that's tomorrow night, actually.
Tomorrow? Great, beautiful. Love to see it.
Nice.
Continue.
Beautiful. Love it.
Well, we won't be in jail tomorrow, we swear. All right, so
Talon.
you arrive back at the apartment with Talon. Good. Sorry.
Talon. Hello again.
Yes.
I hope your night goes better than mine.
Oh, I mean, it's gone all right so far.
2 of the Brotherhood have been captured in their task.
Okay.
It seems I was unwise to trust my contact.
Oh.
They will need to be rescued. I don't necessarily need help. I could get in quickest and quietest on my own, but I am open to ideas.
I mean, captured
They're
by
in-
who? Like, where are they?
In insert name of prison in inserted name of district here.
I'm really tempted just to call it the Bad Place Prison.
Oh,
The bad place. They're
in jail.
in the bad place.
What do they do?
Sir Starr leans in closer, even though he doesn't really need to. They were tasked with stealing rings from the regent.
Who tasked
Talon,
them
give
to
me
do
Talon, give me a
that?
history roll.
Yeah. 14.
Well, you do know the name of the regent. It's Nyadian Telgamore. He is a 60-some-odd-year-old gentleman who was once the Duke of Telgamore, but has abdicated to serve the realm as regent. And that's what you know about him.
Lord Talgamore. The guy who abdicated the throne, huh?
Well, abdicated the duchy.
Yeah.
They were left without the necessary aid.
Yeah, this seems like something not a lot of people should do.
Unless those people are us.
Well, I mean, I did get some jewelry off of the Hartfords when I was first here, but I went about it in maybe a slightly different way than the guy who was with me. Still, it's just stealing rings?
Correct.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever.
I am willing to wait a bit longer to see if Vesper can help with this, but I will meet their supposed advisor at midnight.
So I'm guessing that if they're in there, they're in some really deep stuff. Regardless of whether their infraction was slight, you know, they didn't murder anyone.
Slight infraction against a very important person.
Right. Probably not good for them.
Won't be good for the Brotherhood either.
Sure. I mean, I can go with you invisibly.
I can also go invisibly.
I cannot.
Actually, you could. I could go in a disguise.
It's not a bad idea.
And I can make you invisible, Burke.
Sounds good.
My guess is this is a thing where probably shouldn't harm anyone.
Oh, I misread something. Cool. Sorry.
Do you want to harm people,
yeah.
Nathaniel?
We need to be unseen, unheard, and non-violent.
Okay.
I may actually just accompany you in a disguise, and I can make someone else invisible now.
Oh, that'd be good because then I can just suggest they let him go.
Okay, so shall we go as guards, captains?
Yeah, something
Should
like
I
that.
go as the regent himself?
Oh my God. You know, I've never met the guy, so that's kind of hard for me, but like...
I've seen him.
Right, but if,
But
what
I
time
won't
is it right
sound
now?
like him.
How long is it? How long has it been?
Maybe like 8:30. You got another 3.5 hours.
Okay. We, if we can get over to the jail, right, and case that joint for a little while, man, I haven't done anything like this in a long time. Case the joint for a while, and, we get a chance to, like, the guards that come and go, and, like, how what they sound like and who they speak. I can impersonate any of them. Talk with
You,
one.
my friend, are invaluable.
Thanks. And then
Maybe we should do that now, or do you think we should wait for Vesper?
I mean,
We could go back. We could go and be back quickly if it's just the two of us.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Sorry, Burke.
Burke shrugs. Don't die.
Won't die. But
I'm learning that that's quite hard for me.
let's do some disguises before we go over there. And then head there, do a little recon. See if we can meet up with one of the guards, get to know a captain or something like on a shift change. And then I think we can slip in and slip out without much of a question.
And who better to be an unassuming eye than a pauper?
Totally fair.
All right. Allie, to answer your question, to form a pre-existing connection to Ocean's 11's this bitch, I believe is a technical way to say it, will cost you a series of destiny points from 2 to 10 based on the level of the connection that you would want to have. Someone that would be a legal representative would be probably low, 2 to 3. Someone that would be like, I can get them out because I owe you a favor, would be closer to 10.
Oh, well, I'm unwilling to spend more than 2, so what can I get for 2?
For 2 points, what can we get ya? It's like,
Also, what, like, I need to know a lot more. We don't know what they got arrested for. We don't know when they got arrested. We don't know how they got arrested. We don't know where they are. We don't know anything about this prison that is in one of the cities that I grew up in. Like, we got so much work to do before I am
certainly.
like even willing to spend the points. So like, what can I know first? What can I know with good old-fashioned charisma investigation? You know?
Give me one.
Cool. I'm gonna use me resources that I have, which is called Tactical Assessment. When you roll an Investigation Insider History check, add a Superiority die.
Great.
Oh, baby, that's so good. 19 plus 7 is 26, plus my investigation, which I don't
26 on the die?
19 on the D20, plus 7 on the D10,
You're a
plus
monster.
my investigation of 4, so 31.
You're a
No,
monster.
30. 30.
You're still a monster.
Only 30, sorry, excuse me.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah, 1 second. I don't have all my normal resources because I am not actually at home.
I get a copy of the police report.
Okay, so a little bit of information, right? So the prison is located on its own small district at the southern point of the city. It is one of only 2 districts that are not one of very few districts that are not attached to bridges to anything. The only way to arrive there, generally, is through the through boats that are prison personnel are allowed to come in and come off, as well as anybody that is arriving. It is a tiny little Alcatraz that is maybe 200 yards away from the nearest district, so a relatively large swath of water separates them. What else are you asking about? Sorry, as I'm looking at.
All kinds of things that I need to make any sense of this, like how high security is the prison in just like general public knowledge. What's its name? What do people who go there versus the other, smaller prison or whatever you said existed, like, as well as what did these guys do exactly to get them landed there?
Okay, so there's a number of restriction-heavy establishments. Some not so voluntarily you can leave these places in the city. Within the king's estate, the king's manor, the palace has their own dungeon retention facilities located on within the castle itself. Great, I'm glad I just left my own map. There is also, that there are high security rooms in many of the nobles' estates within any of the major noble houses as well. The prison, I'm committing. The Bad Place prison is.
It sounds better in Elvish. Like, it's fine.
It really does. It's rough. Like, it hasn't been that way in a while. The prison there has a very wide range of holding facilities. The most high danger or violent or at risk prisoners are placed into a tall tower. Those that for minor offenses, there is one on the ground floor. More dangerous you are, the higher up you go, because there's not a whole lot of places to go but down, assuming you don't have the ability to fly. That being said, depending if prisoners of magical persuasion, they're known for having manacles that are able to shunt magical abilities of those that are magic leaning. It is a pretty high security prison, though there are lesser security mounts for it. Someone like these 2 apprentices that were doing some petty theft likely would not be placed in the tower because that seems a bit excessive. But notably that you have not heard anything about this theft, which is not super common, and your sister didn't either.
Well, like, I haven't heard anything about it. My sister doesn't hear anything about it. On, like, the hour home, I'm like, I don't know. I'm asking around in whatever way I can.
Sure.
That doesn't, with a 31 investigation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. But, like, it's more about...
Like, if I really don't turn up anything with that high of a check, like, that tells me something.
It does. And that's the point. Like, it sounds like if someone would take it as a personal affront to be seen weak enough to be getting stolen from. Potentially, what that tells you is that if this isn't being reported, somebody doesn't want this getting out. Meaning that if they either succeeded and were captured, and the information doesn't want to go out. I don't recall. Did Nathaniel tell you what the kids were doing? I don't think that was shared with us.
So. No.
So this sounds. All right. So you, this sounds personal.
No.
Okay. Would I have a brainstorm shortlist of nobles who would be petty enough to keep this under wraps?
Yeah, it's as long as your arm.
Sure.
That's the issue. Anybody who has a great amount of personal power does not like to be looked at weak. So any of the dukes or duchesses.
It might be worth narrowing down because they got caught and so they weren't successful. I can think of a lot more people who'd want to keep it under wraps if they were successful, that they got robbed from. But the fact that 2 imbeciles weren't immediately basically publicly shamed so they could never do it again and then sent to prison, is that list any shorter?
Yeah. I'd say those that are probably maybe of a bit of a crueler bent. Let me go through my list of nobilities. I have a ton of people in the city.
I don't necessarily need you to give me the actual list, but I just need to know that I know it.
Yeah, you do. You have maybe a half dozen people that it could be. How's that?
Because presumably when I powwow with Sir Starr, we'll be able to narrow it down further, and then we can sort of... But I think that's probably enough information to get me there.
Yeah.
To talk with them, if they're still there, which is up to them. So...
Yeah. I mean, my understanding is they're waiting for you, and this would be a good time for you to hop in as they're talking, chit-chatting. Want to just join the conversation?
Okay, cool. Sorry, there's a million planes going overhead tonight, so if you hear that in the background, I don't know what to do.
How dare you fly!
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's every 10 minutes. It's insane. Yeah, so I'll waltz back in if y'all are still there.
It's around 9:15.
Yeah.
It's not just Burke just sitting there awkwardly.
It might have been. I would have been like, well, I had information, but that's fine. They're going to do it their way, and I have no beef with that.
I mean, we did have to take time to make disguises.
Okay, that's true. So I walk into 2 strangers and then Burke in the apartment. I'm like, Burke, who are your friends?
Yeah, Starr has actually just got a magical disguise on. He helped Talon with his disguise.
Give me some deception rolls, y'all.
Okay.
How convincing are these disguises?
With advantage or no?
If you're working together, sure.
Ooh,
you are. So
okay, so that's
doesn't help. But I get a 29.
19. I'm proficient with a disguise kit. Is that just roll a dice with a disguise kit? There's no skill, right?
So disguise kit is going to be... Oh, shit. I think
charisma and proficiency.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Basically deception.
Yep. Okay. But you get your proficiency because you are proficient with disguise kit.
19. 29.
29, so you both rolled 29?
Yeah.
Vesper legitimately walks in and thinks there's 2 fucking strangers in her apartment because her insight is not... I cannot make that roll.
Fantastic.
I have a good insight.
Want?
Burke and 2 strangers are hanging out.
What do you want? Who the fuck is this, Burke?
You don't recognize me?
Oh my god.
I'm Red.
Hello, Red.
Sir Starr
You
just
and Talon
yanked us out of
are...
jail. I thought you knew the plan.
Amazing.
I don't.
I did the plan without you.
Yeah, do you have more information? Where's the Starr?
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm right here.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. All right.
We was gonna go scope the place out.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. And I will fill them in on what I've learned. The fact that I haven't learned anything tells me something. That somebody's deliberately trying to cover this up. So, what could they have gotten caught for exactly?
They were tasked with stealing rings from the regent.
You dropped them off 3 days ago.
I may have forgotten the lack of sense my contact
Well, this
has.
isn't your fault. This is 3 other people's fault for being
No.
fucking stupid.
Oh, I agree with that.
I likely just should have known better, but yes, he was being stupid.
Okay. Well, here's what I know about the bad place. It sounds better in Elvish.
Thank you.
And I will describe, like, there's no bridges, everything that you told me is a tower, dangerous people toward the top, don't let them manacle you because manacles will dismiss magic. It's possible that I might know somebody who can, given time, sort of try to get them out, just like actually argue their case, instead of breaking them out. If that's a route that you want to go.
They
It
have
just-
to be publicly charged for there to be a case to argue.
Might be, I mean,
I
she has no reason
Thank
at this
you.
point, like, to think that there wouldn't
fair.
be a public trial because they're in the public prison. So, like, somebody's trying to
fair.
make these 2 guys disappear. You know what? She'll say, and if somebody's trying to make these 2 men disappear, then we can make a big stink about 2 missing persons, can't we?
Mm,
2
Well, you
friends
sh-
of mine from Rosebark suddenly missing in the middle of the day. Who knows? And then they'll at least have to do something about the fact that we know that they exist. You know? This is a
I
legal route that might take time. That's my only thing.
wonder if we could convince him to drop the charges.
We'd have to know who it was. I have a list of people who are petty enough to put failed thieves in prison and
Oh,
cover it up. But
we know who it is.
We know who it is. He's the regent.
well, it could be the regent, or it could be a
I-
practice target. I mean, I have no reason-
Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It could be a practice target.
Where'd Bert go? I can't recognize him. Sorry. Continue.
But
I have good reason to believe it was the regent.
how do they even get access to him?
They
Surrounded
are
by people.
overzealous as well, it seems.
All right.
My natural way would be to do this as quietly as possible.
Here's the thing. I think you're quite capable of doing so. And I appreciate you acknowledging the fact that I may not be able to do so. Because if this goes tits up, that's the end of it for me.
Exactly.
Hey, me too. They're just gonna throw me in the locker and throw away the key, and I get eaten by some rats or something.
Exactly. We really don't want you to be a meal for rats. But
Nope.
I am not very good at lying. So I can magically disguise myself now, which is great. But I fear that it may not hold up to scrutiny, or if they have magical dispelling protections, that sort of thing on the inside. I don't know. I've never been to prison.
That's why we're doing this the old-fashioned way.
Right.
I mean,
Let me.
we are the best thieves in tier, right? You guys remember that, right?
I haven't forgotten.
Yeah.
It's true.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were.
You were there physically. You weren't there mentally yet.
No, but we ran the largest guild, the Crying Lady. Is this another one of
Oh.
those?
Yeah, that's not.
Oh,
That wasn't here. That one wasn't here. We did do some successful heisting in our time. So we stole a bunch of things almost right out from under Sir Star's nose. And then with his help, we did steal them out from under the nose of everybody else in his caravan. So,
That's right. That's right.
yeah, that's why we bought this place. Or not this place, the office was actually to hold smuggled weapons. But,
Right. Right. Sorry.
it's okay. If you all want to go in the quiet way to get them out, I can't imagine they're under any particularly high security due to the pettiness of their crime. And the fact that I'm sure the regent gave some whole speech, nobody's going to remember who you are, nobody knows your names here, you're nobodies, because that's the sort of thing that he would do.
I do wonder if there is a way to get in from below.
It's...
Nightshade seemed to know something.
Well, do you want to... Presumably you're going to case the joint before you wander in. You might not be breaking them out tonight, necessarily, right?
Not
Obviously.
likely tonight. We'll meet with my contacts and we'll create a game plan. The plan is to meet them at midnight.
So I have 2 options for you then. I can see about acquiring some legal counsel to get them out that way, or I can see if anybody I know has anybody in their pocket.
I like
might be able
option
to help
2.
you from the inside.
I agree. Option 2 is great.
I can't guarantee that it would be super helpful, but even, a lowly guard can be a lot of help in the right situation, so...
Actually, we might know somebody who does.
And he's
Who's
not
real-
on very good terms with the current regent, is he?
No,
Hmm.
but they're related.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have one of these. And he wiggles the black feather.
All right. Why don't you do some reconnaissance tonight with your contact, Starr? I'll see what I can drum up about who might be able to help from this side. And we'll make a plan.
I like that. Let's gather more information.
I'll go with you.
We're meeting with Lord Hartford tomorrow night anyway. This can just be another item on the docket for him, yes?
Oh, have I got things to tell you later?
Oh boy.
Good,
All right.
good fun things. Good fun things. Not anything.
Oh,
that
okay.
we've- yeah. Good
well,
fun
lately
things.
when it's been I've got things to tell you, it's that I have a marriage proposal. It's a really strong marriage proposal. I actually have a second one.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So, all right. Sorry, I'm gonna
Talon's
go.
desirable. What can we say?
I know. Don't I know it?
Aw.
I'm gonna go see what I can do. Good luck.
All right. So let's head over to Sir Starr and your contact first. Are you going just with you and Burke? Or are you taking Talon with you?
Talon comes along if he wants.
Oh, Talon will definitely come along. But, it's not my name.
Right.
Yeah. Gruff Underfoot, I think.
Yeah, the Gruff. Yeah, Gruff sounds good.
Yeah, I think Underfoot might be a Hofflin name. Not sure how much you want to be a Hofflin in this. Be a lot of slouched posture.
Just Gruff.
Slunched.
Slunched. Yep. Habadal. We try to talk in this house. It does not happen. All right. So the two of you head out towards your most recent contact. What's he called? He has his name down here. It's fine.
Nightshade.
Not Nightshade's contact, actually.
And Sir Starr has dropped his disguise for that meeting, of course.
Of course. what you do head is actually with Nightshade. You're actually in Grondor's fighting ring. That is dark. There's nobody there, and it appears that except for actually, two of you give me perception checks.
3?
That's a
3?
16.
No, the 3 of us perception checks.
It Burke's there, yeah.
I'm not even gonna. I'll just. No, 18.
Okay.
18.
All right. So the three of you walk into this place, and as far as you can tell, there's nobody here. After a couple seconds, a individual in a black cloak comes out and meets you. And
Does he recognize that individual?
he does. Yeah, that's him. It's Nightshade.
Cool.
And he kind of motions to you and pulls out a scroll out of a very large scroll out of a small bag on his hip. Clearly, the bag is magical in origin, as that scroll will not fit in there. Pulls out a maybe 4.5 foot long scroll and unfurls it on the table. Here's what I got on the bad place. It sounds so stupid. I'm fucking glad I did it. And
Learn
it shows
Elvish.
you. Bert, do you speak Elvish?
No.
Perfect. And unscrolls a rough blueprint. It looks to be a rough copy that was made. The lines aren't as crisp as they could be. Looks like it was somebody made a quick etching of maybe an original wood carving or something of the bad place when it was built. Shows you a series. It's like a relatively large structure. It is a number of towers, each of which have a ground floor that looks to be pretty damn similar in blueprint, where it has a number one second, let me count this because I know it's actually something around like 11 to 13 cells or so on the ground floor, and then a spiraling tower that holds more dangerous individuals. This series of towers and lower levels are repeated about 24 times along the bad place. So it's a pretty sprawling structure. Nightshade kind of takes his finger and points to one of them at the southernmost end of the structure. From what I can gather, they're in here. And he points to one of these structures. And you can see basic layouts, a number of rooms. There is a single hole for sewage that is unfortunately not gone into the sewer system. It goes directly into the river, which is kind of gross, but what are you going to do? As well as the structure of the building itself. What are you trying to glean from this? I could show you the map, but that will also show you a bunch of the NPCs on it.
No. I mean, overall trying to figure out where they are and what the easiest way to get into them is, and if there was a possibility of going in from below, which we now see that's not.
Well, it depends on how you do it. Can you shadow step, or is that your other character? That's probably your other character.
Yeah, that is the other character.
Yeah, all right. Well, my bad. To be able to get in from below would be... It looks like there is a bit of a grate system that is placed underneath the toilet, so it's possible, but it would be a bit tricky. Teleportation or moving over some distances would make things a lot easier. There is a door at the main level where you could get into. You have to get onto the island as well, which can be a little bit tricky. And what you do notice is that as you walk down into the prison after a series of staircases, there is going to be the first room that you will see. There is kind of a table and chairs where guards will oftentimes hang out. This is all explained by Nightshade. And there is the warden of this block's office is also relatively close to the doorway. So it would be somewhat suspect to be able to walk in the front door, assuming you were dressed as yourselves. And it's pretty well put together. All of the windows within the tower itself are barred. It's pretty well designed, assuming there is no major structural faults, but that you can't see with this blueprint.
This is quite the predicament you've left them in.
Well, I didn't put them in prison. I didn't force them to get caught.
Say you put them there. I said you left them there.
I could be
Put
crazy,
them
but
in
I'm
your
pretty sure you said.
care. As your responsibility.
And maybe they weren't ready.
No, they weren't. And unfortunately, neither were you. Not for this task.
All right, I'll hear what you're saying, and I'll be honest, it's a little hurtful.
It should be. I gave you green novices, and you gave them a deadly task. Of all the people in this city you could have sent them after, you chose the Regent. You chose the Regent. I'll say it again. You chose the Regent.
And you wanted them trained by the best. You wanted them to be as good as any of mine. You didn't want them to be fine thieves. You didn't want them to be passable pickpockets. You didn't want them to be, fair actors, grifters. You sent them to me. Why do you think we're so good? Look, I'm
Because
sorry I
that
lost your boys.
Takes months, at least.
And you gave me
And that's coming from a proper background. I told you you would have them for 2 weeks. And to do what you could. Never in my mind would I have sent them after such a target. And I see my own fault in that as well.
Well,
But that is
Alan,
beside the point.
there's a reason I'm a better thief than you.
So, arguing won't get him out of here.
No.
You
No,
paid
it
us
won't.
good money to come help you, so, can we get on with this?
Talon, give me deception with advantage.
Yeah. Oh. 30?
That's it?
Is that a question mark?
Yeah. That's
Question
with
mark
advantage.
30? All right.
30.
All right. Yeah. Talon, can you describe your new dude?
Yeah, he's like a scruffy face, like dirty scruffy face, a gray-headed dude who looks like he's seen a really hard life on the streets. He's wearing basically like torn up clothing, the big kind of like burlap cloak that is all messed up. Doesn't seem like he's taken a bath in a while, and like from the prestidigitation I did earlier, it smells like he hasn't either.
Fair enough. All right, great.
And he's missing one tooth.
Just the one, huh?
Yeah,
Very good. All right, cool. And his name is...
Gruff.
But he hadn't
Rough.
asked my name yet.
Yeah, right. It's from my head because I helped him say it and I forgot immediately because I'm juggling a bunch of things. All right. He looks at the two of you. Well, it's not impossible to get us onto the bad place, the island. I can get you on the island. I owe you that much. I got a guy with I got someone who owes me a favor. Can smuggle you on.
And will he be able to smuggle us off?
Yeah. But I can't do it during daylight. It's gonna have to be after dark both times. Can you get in and get out? Let me rephrase that. It'd be best to get in and get out quickly.
I don't want to stay there any longer than necessary.
I'm pretty sure they're just gonna let us walk through the front door.
I have good faith on that too, Gruff.
Well, you think you can do that? Don't see why this be a challenge at all. Also, let me check what the phase of the moon is so we know how dark it's gonna be. Oh, shit.
The darker
Tomorrow-
the better.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and it turns out that tomorrow's a new moon.
Wonderful.
There's no moon tomorrow on Solid
LOL,
Day.
Moon Festival in 2 weeks. It means it's a full moon, new moon.
Yep. I'm looking at the calendar going, I wonder how dark it's going to be. Today is the last day of the slit. It's a waxing crescent, and tomorrow is a new moon. God, I love it when things work out.
Thank you, universe.
You're welcome. Oh, I mean, you're welcome.
So we need to go case this joint first. You know, we got the map, but we gotta see what the gods do and everything. You know what I mean?
You want to stay for a day?
Not really. Maybe we go tonight, look around a bit, come back.
Yeah, tomorrow will be best, but he kind of gives Sir Starr kind of a look. But yeah, I think I can make that happen. Might have to give a favor of my own. But yeah.
I wonder if we could instead observe the guards as they get off their boat back into the city.
Nightshade will actually pull up another couple, go through his little pack and pull out another thing. They do shift changes every 6 hours, all day long. Typically, there'll be a shift change around 7, 1, 7, and 1.
1. The late one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those who
How are new prisoners brought in?
boat, there is a transport where they are led under guard. Bring them on. Honestly, I'm jumping into Peercy's accent back into my own. It's going real good. Thanks for asking. Where we're gonna try again. Hey man, I'm trying. Fuck it.
No, you're good.
They under guard. The City Watch has a ship under guard. They bring people in, chained, and load on to various districts where undesirables are kept and picked up around the city, and are dropped off at the bad place. It gets funny every time I say it. It makes me really happy. Moving on.
All these gods know each other pretty well. You know, they got relationships. Okay.
From what I know, most of them work together, yeah. Occasionally, some will pick up a different shift. Maybe not know everyone super well. But yeah.
Okay.
And are guards from the palace allowed to question prisoners? Inserted palace because I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Insert palace, because we don't know what we call it. That one. If there's an order, yeah. Can have the royal guard can come in. Not too common, especially not because he points down lower levels. In the tower, sure. There's a interview room, and he points to an interrogation room here, where they'll sometimes bring a prisoner.
How can we set up one of these interviews for our 2 ducklings?
Well, it's a bit complicated. You gotta make sure
I
you
assume a bit of forgery of paper is involved.
forgery, seals, as well as someone reputable or looking such to deliver the message. Yeah. He pulls up a as he goes through, he describes. He didn't bring this with him, but he describes the signet of the captain of the Royal Guard and the Royal Guard's signet, which will be. It's really the signet of House Tyr, the nobility, with a series of crossed swords right below it. Below is incorrect. Intertwined within the Tyrian noble house symbol. You can make a convincing replica of that. Most people will take that as word from the king himself.
Gruff, that might be one of the best ways in, and getting them out of their cells.
It might be. But then we gotta get him past the rest of the gods.
I think that part might be the easier part. If we can get them out of their cells.
Could play a hand, you know what I mean? Like, somebody prominent enough, that's to be a really good forgery.
You notice that Nightshade's looking really closely at both of you as you're talking about this.
I assume you know a guy, Nightshade.
I know one of everyone. But
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm starting to have to give out quite a few favors to do this one. Forgery that good? It ain't cheap.
See, and that's where I think that if we just, pretend to be a couple of gods, they ain't gonna ask any questions if we know the right things to say and what they're thinking and where their families live and, that type of stuff. The casing we can do without being there. Go in, pretend to be a couple of them, get in, bada bing, bada boom, we're out.
And
I agree. That will be the simplest way forward.
easiest if they don't show up for work that day, but it'd be hard to get in the next day if they came to some complications. You want we contract out a bit of removal?
Temporarily, maybe.
So catch and release then.
A catch and release, please. For this one, at least.
All right. This actually sounds decent. And we can at least rely on the fact that, hopefully, they won't want to publicize them being swindled. As I gain hiccups midstream, it's good.
It seems as though this is being kept quiet for now. I think time is of the essence.
Yeah, we still gotta get there and get to know a couple of those gods, going on shift in the
Yes.
a very short amount
Yes.
of time.
Of course.
Understand where they live, how to walk and talk and act like them, at least enough to pass off for the other, chuckleheads that are there.
Okay, so asking as the GM, obviously because the voice changed subtly, you have a couple of options for that deepest, darkest of night shift. You have from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. and 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. Now, if you wanted to take one of the guards' places, I'm assuming, correct me if this is not your plan, that you would go for their entire shift for 2 days. Or either, trying to find a guard in the next hour, take their spot tonight, or go for the next 2 days, and then catch, as you capture these 2 guards, take their places for the next 2 shifts, and then on your second day, take the prisoners out with you surreptitiously as you, in a normal fashion, get off work. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, we have a ride in and out, so I was still thinking we get in and out within the night.
Okay, just as yourselves. Just,
Yep. We don't give a
unseen.
shit about their reputation. We just need them to get in.
Sure.
Yeah, as the guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, we don't need to be the guards for 2 days.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, so you just basically get in as some random guard, do some stealth shit, and check out who's there.
Check out who's there, how they're interacting with each other.
Mhm.
Get Talon some time to be able
Watch
to use
people.
his abilities and watch people.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
how to break
best
them out
time.
of the cult, pick
Best
some
time
locks.
would be getting there when the next shift change comes.
Exactly.
When the boat, which would be in under an hour, meaning go time.
Go time.
Go time.
Go there, talk with those guards, so when they leave, we got a good idea who they are and when they're supposed to be back.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like this. This is cool. Hell yeah.
Because
All right, cool.
and also it's got to be the 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. shift. Because we're gonna go meet with Lord Hartford tomorrow night,
All right.
and like
You guys can
so
do after your meeting.
we're not going tonight.
Man, this is starting to sound like our Gen Con schedule. Jeez.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so plan is to head to the bad place, observe the shift change, maybe shadow a couple of guards for a little while to make sure that you're able to adequately represent them for an entire shift for both of you. And then when they get off work in the morning, you have Nightshade catch and release 2 of them or contract that out.
I don't know that that's the case.
Okay, so I'm just trying to get a handle, my hands around what you guys are planning.
And this is Nathaniel's deal. So my only suggestion is, I think the thing we're talking about right now is casing out a guard shift change, not on the island, but the people who change shifts and then getting to know who those people are so we can impersonate them.
Thank you.
Totally,
that's
totally.
why I was saying we like watch them when they get off the boat back into the city.
Right.
Certainly. All right. So real quick,
we can follow them home. We can interact with them at a tavern.
Right.
Sure. Now, not every guard's going to live at the same part of the city.
Yeah.
But they're not going to live in the nobles district, so at least that's easier. Let me pull up a map. Sorry, I'm not home. I don't have my normal stuff with me, so.
You really, you just need to pick 2 of them. It doesn't have to be a whole thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Okay, cool.
or
Okay.
however many 3 if Burke's also going in.
Oh, good. Yeah. So you were able to find one of the wards, one of the districts that will have a couple of the guards be dropped off. You can absolutely grab one of those. It's one of the more common residential wards. You're able to find several of the guards be able to get off there as they are being dropped off by their guard taxi.
Mm-hmm.
The Graxi, if you will. Please don't.
So the plan, so I have this straight, is tonight you all are just going to watch Case the Joint, spend tomorrow daytime, following these guys around. Then we meet with Lord Hartford, and then tomorrow night, you break them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Well, all right. Let's get it going.
I have been doing things also, but Burke, go first.
Burke is also happy to just chill under the water by the boats. Just to make sure that you have some extra muscle if anything goes wrong.
Surprise Burke.
Please play the Jaws theme if you don't mind. Thank you.
Burke
Everyone
is
in your
fucked
heads.
up crocodile in the bay is great.
I hate that. Nobody wants a surprise Burke under the water.
I think it's
Change your
great.
In the dead of night.
I said, don't hate that. Change your mind.
No,
Right.
I hate that. I hate that a lot. I mean, for the NPCs. Well, depends. It is a delta, so it's not super deep. Maybe 20 feet.
Oh. Burke could walk across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At first, Burke will make sure that they don't patrol under the water for some reason, and then he'll just go chill under the water for a bit. while
All right,
all this is going on.
Why don't you give me an investigation?
Sure. That is a 6.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, it doesn't appear that there's anybody underneath the water. Just kind of walking around, a little dirty, but you know, it's nice, it's soothing, it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Call me Sebastian.
All right, Sebastian. So, Allie, you have a thing?
I mean, while they're doing the criminal aspect of this, I'm doing what I said I would do.
Right.
And snooping around in various guards' backgrounds to see if I can't find anybody who might be willing to look the other way for a hot second, you know? Like, trying to do this subtly,
Sure.
if I
sure.
can, so that it can't totally be traced back to me. But every noble has people in their pocket, right? It's part
Absolutely.
of how you gather information, that kind of thing. So
Uh-huh.
just trying to capitalize on those bonds a bit to see.
Sure. I will give you. Tell you what, I'll do one of two things. I will give you a percentile to see if you already have a connection that would just make sense, and if that doesn't go well, you also have destiny points you can spend to make that connection, because these things are 4 as well. So I will give you, because that's a totally reasonable thing that could have been just part of who Vesper is.
Like, guards like wine, you know? It's so
Guards
easy to
do like
ply
wine.
them with little things and then get them to tell you stuff. And then you know stuff about them that they don't want other people to know. And then
All right,
they
Allie,
kind of work for you.
I'm going to say pick your 20, so it's above 69 or below 69. Which 20 do you want?
Give me below 69, because I never trust these high boys.
I mean, my roll is 66. So
Chose correctly.
you did chose correctly. Yeah. I will say this. Your sister has a holy shit. A connection with one of the guard captains in the
Beautiful.
bad place.
Love to see it.
I mean, I figured a 98 out of 100 is pretty good for high up and how important they are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your sister straight up just has one. Which you probably should have mentioned earlier, but we didn't know that till just now.
Well, she was like, I'm not going to tell you shit until you tell me what the fuck's going on. We're having a different conversation that's way more important to the two of us right now.
That's
'Cause
very true.
We didn't know the details yet, so.
Yep. So yeah, your sister has a guard captain that owes her a few favors.
You love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta love me some nepotism.
Lenny.
Oh,
Elenda.
good. Yes, Vespi?
So about... How much do you know about the bad place?
More than most.
That's what I thought. How many favors would I owe you if I asked for that favor? Or one of those favors, depending. And she, like, squints.
Are we talking information? We talking removal of a problem? We talking removal
We're
of a solution?
actually talking about the removal of one of his problems. A little less work on his desk, maybe.
Oh, Well, that's not a small ask.
But I do have good news. Nobody knows that those problems are problems.
Oh, so it's less of a problem.
It's less of a problem except for one very specific person who does know it's a problem and has gone to great lengths to make sure that nobody else knows it's a problem, but doesn't need to know that his problem is no longer a problem.
Okay, honestly, I hate this. Please. Okay, who are we talking about and what do we need?
So, and I, like, the edge of the fucking city so nobody overhears the details
Sure,
of this,
sure.
you know? I'm just casting message at her so it's in her brain.
Great.
You know, and just like behind my hand.
Mhm. So it looks like a whisper, but it's actually message. Great.
Yeah, exactly. So that it's even less overhearable and I'm like blocking my mouth and all that. Just in case. But I basically
I picture Vexter just saying peas and carrots, like trying to do something
peas
like
and carrots, rhubarb, lots of vegetables are the things we say to make it look like our mouths are moving on stage.
Yep.
we can't actually be saying anything. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's a bit of that, but I fill her in not all the details, but basically like my good friend Sir Starr has a couple of proteges that are in trouble with exactly and only one. Yeah, I didn't tell them all right.
Mhm.
And
You see her nodding and listening, and then just kind of what? Yes.
I'm sorry,
continue.
sister. Here, have some water. Yeah, no, it's and just go on to be like,
Yep.
and tell her that nobody knows they're in there, and so theoretically, the regent doesn't need to know that they're out of there. You know what I mean? Because as far as he knows, he squashed the whole thing, and the whole thing's been taken care of. So
Right.
if these guys are going to be spies anyway, meow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's explaining that, like, well, they're sort of part of an organization that means that they don't actually need to show their faces in public like that ever again, and at this point my guess is that Sir Starr will not keep them in tier because they are a hot ticket item, so to speak. So
She goes, well,
all he needs to do is not worry about what might happen to the two of them.
so this. Okay, Vespi, this may. So those corpses you rescued a few days ago, are any of them available? This would make things so much easier.
Available? Like how?
Well, if you want your friends removed, it's easier if they're no longer living, isn't it?
I'm really confused about what you're talking about.
Okay, so she goes, well, if
like the player is not picking up what you're putting down.
fair enough, implying that if the two people that you're trying to get out with are all of a sudden dead, there's no reason to showcase that they have escaped.
Oh. Okay. Oh, yes, such a tragic accident that happened to the two of them, don't you think? And if two people were in there to take the bodies away, that wouldn't seem odd, would it? To not dock workers, like, my God, what's the word for the people who take the bodies away? Fucking.
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, that guy.
We'll call them the morguesmen from now on.
The morguesmen.
No,
Yeah,
morguesmen.
morticians.
No,
Not
morguesmen's
quite
good.
morticians.
Morguesmen's good.
Morguesmen's. Two morguesmen who arrive on a boat and then are in the prison to take the bodies away is not strange at all, is it?
Can't imagine it would be. No.
All right then. We have half a plan, and I need to talk to the others before I can give you the go on that.
Okay, well, anytime you have more lovely news of wonderful things that we can do and gossip, and this is really not what I like to be doing with my son. With
I know,
nope,
I didn't really want to be doing it either, but you know, some people just fuck up your
Holiday.
day like that, so...
Yes, and it's really lovely when it's not your sister. Please, no more.
I'm not fucking up your day. You're charming a presumably, hopefully handsome guardsman into settling a debt.
She squints at you.
Do you want me to do it? I'll talk to him.
I'll take care of it. Just
Thank you. I owe you.
yes, you do.
Always.
Very good. And so y'all have all right. And Burke is just hanging out under the water, doing his thing.
So to give you an idea of what Gruff is doing, right?
And what's Gruff up to these days?
When the guy gets
Neil.
off when some of the guards get off the boat, right? The ship
Yep.
change, the ones we're gonna follow.
Yep.
I'm definitely just like some beggar that wants to talk with them, even if it is like they're gonna yell at me and be jerks. I just need them to get them to talk with me for a minute.
Sure. Yeah, let's run that scene. What the fuck?
Well,
All right.
sure.
You want it, or do you want to just story through it?
Doesn't really matter to me.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, whatever. Yeah, let's get through it. It's already getting a bit later on into the evening.
Yeah.
So let's just get through this. So you go there. You ask for coin, and one of them, one of them says, "Hey, piss off." He goes, "Oh, that's not very nice." And kind of one goes in and kind of gives you some coins, and we'll actually sit and talk to you for a bit. I know it's rough, but it's you can get things get better. If you want, seems like if you can hold do an honest day's work, I can maybe talk to labor for you. I hear the marksman needs some help or whatever. Like he says
that'd be
something
so good. Yeah, I'd love it. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Please work.
Yep. And he's he's a nice guy. Nice guy.
Nice.
Gives a little money, offers some advice, a little pep talk, and hands each of you guys the remainder of his a meal from the day they didn't finish.
Great.
Nice guy. Hope we don't have to threaten his family.
Right. And then when he walks, just far enough away, kind of walk behind a tree, cast invisibility, and follow him.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Hope we don't have to send him to sleep with the Burks.
Oh God, there's more than one down there.
Mm-hmm. And Sir Starr is just following suit, casts
Great.
invisibility upon himself.
All right. Give me a stealth roll with advantage as well. You
Okay.
probably don't need it, but I'm just curious how much y'all are just farts in the wind. All they are is farts.
31.
No. Nice.
Oh, that is not bad.
Same old song.
27.
Nice. Okay, great. Yeah, the two of you follow. Did you follow the same guy, or do you do
Different.
roll?
I would
cool.
not follow the same guy that Sir Starr would.
Okay.
I would
Right,
follow
we
the
might
guy
as
that
well
I
split up.
talked to for a minute,
Great.
so I
So
can
Starr-
mimic him later.
Perfect. So, Star, you follow the one that's kind of a dick. That was like, get out of here, you worthless bums. And Talon, you follow the one that's has a bit more compassion.
Right.
Real quickly, they go. Talon, the one that you're following, immediately heads to a tavern. It's really relatively early in the morning, but he proceeds to hang out there, chit-chatting with some people for, about an hour. Has a couple of drinks, and then heads back to a large boarding house. Gets and goes to bed. It's been a long day for him already.
Sure. While he does, he's doing that, right? Like, while I'm invisible, I'm just going to ditch the outfit that I had on, or, not ditch it, but take it off, changing it, literally anything else that doesn't look like me with a different disguise roll.
Great. Give me another disguise roll. Disguise kit. Which is basically deception for you.
So that's a 29.
Stop rolling 29s, or, don't. Whatever's fine. Very nice, very nice.
And while he's in there, just talking to people, I'm just going to be some other random person at the bar, right? Like, not too far from him, and I'll cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh, you bitch. What you want to know?
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? I'm just getting to know his, what's he think about? What's he consider? Does he have, if they're talking about stuff, does he love it? At some point, I'll be like, maybe I'll, it only lasts for a minute, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to, I could spam it for a while, too. That's fine with me.
Oh, yeah.
I could cast it 3 times. It says 3 minutes, but at one point, see if I can get him to talk about anybody he cares about, family or something like that. Walking was like, hey,
Sure.
round on me, right? And I'll drop a gold.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, give me a persuasion with advantage.
15 or 5. Well, let's take the 15 for 28.
Hey, guys, you didn't roll another 29. Thanks. Perfect. Yeah, you get him to be talking a little bit about. He's got this young man he's sweet on, and they're just starting to they're just kind of slowly courting. It's rather cute.
It's cool. What's his name?
Yeah.
And he's thinking about stuff, so I'm reading his thoughts while he's doing this.
Sure. Yeah. And it's just like, you guys go. You can tell it's kind of very early in a courtship. They're still feeling each other out, but he's completely smitten, and it's very cute.
Does he work with you?
No. He's he's a potter's apprentice. He makes his most beautiful vases you've ever seen. It's just,
No. Well, tell me about where you work, and then that's the next one, right?
That's getting a little personal. But
Well, I don't know. You just seem like pretty nice. I didn't know what you do.
No, yeah. Or sorry, where you work, meaning his potential partner.
He
or
himself works.
Oh,
What do you do for a living? Where do you work? What do you do? Shit like that, right?
Oh yeah, I'd protect this noble guy's stuff. It's nothing interesting, really. It's just really just like, hey, make sure you don't come into the house with the stuff, and that's it. It's all right. Pays bills.
So he does get a spell save DC.
Okay.
Am I reading it?
DC?
Yeah, 17.
Oh dear God, no.
Okay, so like, yeah.
Yep, perfect.
What the things that he thinks. I don't need to know this stuff, right? Just to let you know what I'm picking up from the
Perfect.
guy.
Yeah, he kind of gives you a really bad lie of what he does because he doesn't want to say that he's works at the prison. So
Sure.
Like, yeah, just do that. Whatever.
I'd run with it, whatever. Because yeah.
Perfect.
And then when that's done, just again invisibility.
Yep. Around the corner, nobody sees you. You disappear.
Right.
Great.
And follow him back to wherever he stays, and just kind of check out his routine.
Great.
And that's kind of the type of stuff that I do the rest of the day, right?
I'm gonna say this: y'all are really fucking scary. This is a very, very well thought out plan. And if you're playing a different aligned characters, the world should be worried about y'all.
Right.
Great. This is good.
Talent's
I mean, the world should still be worried about at least two of us.
It's true.
Yeah.
And like, I've also got, I got other things I could do, but right now we're just gonna do that.
Great.
I'm not gonna use suggestion or mass suggestion or charm
Stop
monster
it.
or modify memory or gauge.
No, hey. I gotta go, guys. I'm not sure I should feel good about running this game anymore.
And these are your good aligned party members. I want you to know that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
One of them. One of them is
that's
a good
what I
one.
mean. This is your Talon is a good aligned party member.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Of the two of them, yes. Talon's the good one, and I'm just like, oh no.
I'm also good aligned, but I'm also, doing a different thing.
Yeah, you're doing a different thing. And then we just got Burke under the sea.
Being an evil crab.
Killer crabs. And
Actually,
Get in with the crabs.
swimming with the Burkus.
I would use suggestion at the bar.
Oh, of course you would. What are you suggesting?
Oh, no, just to tell me more.
Oh, sure. That makes sense.
That type of stuff. He gets the wisdom save versus that too.
Okay. DC 17 again?
Yeah.
That is a natural 7.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you're good.
And that lasts for 8 hours.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm
that's
not
fine.
gonna make it last for 8 hours. What I'm saying is it's concentration
Yeah.
up to 8 hours. So like
You get concentration and detect thoughts cannot be worked simultaneously.
no, I do detect thoughts are differently, right? Like I can detect thoughts
Yeah.
and then later I can cast once I'm done detecting thoughts, suggestion.
Sure,
And
perfect.
as long as I concentrate and talk with the guy, he's gonna spill his guts to me.
Yeah. You get plenty of information. This is a terrifying plan and very effective.
Right.
Yeah, you get there. You never done it yourself. Now let's see what our not good aligned party member does, shall we? Sir Starr, you follow this individual who heads directly to a small dwelling at the in a kind of a rougher part of town. You see 3 little kids kind of run up and well, wow, voice can't even do that right now. And greet the guard, and he hoists one up on his shoulder and goes to takes off his armor and immediately begins washing some clothing and preparing a meal. You see him kind of pack up his little chicklets and help them head off for an apprenticeship training. They're maybe 4 to 8 years old, and they're all going to learn different trades in the city. It's their little school.
Does that mean the home is empty? He looks, he checks.
After they sends them off and he walks them to there, yes.
Right, because he sent them off, or he accompanied.
He accompanies them. He basically packs their lunch, gets them ready.
Okay.
He's
that's still at home. Sir
there
Starr,
is
check the
no
place
one.
out?
There's no one else that's at home.
Cool. Cool. So Starr breaks in to steal some clothes.
Go for it.
Ooh, take that freshly cleaned uniform.
He is going in for that uniform.
All right.
Has it been more than an hour?
Yeah.
To get here? Okay, so at
Yeah.
some point then, like, as that hour is running out, Sir Starr would have dipped off behind something, hit himself with Pass Without Trace and Invisibility.
Oh, you dirty man. Okay, yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, why don't you give me that stealth roll with +10 and advantage, please?
That's pretty good.
Y'all were made to be bad guys. I'm starting to realize this right now.
37.
Okay. What do I do with this?
Couldn't even crest a 40.
Yeah, fucking yeah. Jeez.
I'm sorry. It's an off night. What can I say?
What edition are we even playing anymore? Y'all roll.
Tonight has been the night of some fucking Pathfinder numbers.
I have not rolled over a 10, I don't think. I got a dirty 20.
That's pretty on brand for you, though.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, you just don't worry about Burke in the ocean. It's fine. Oh, bananas. Okay, yeah. So, give me a. You have a lock picking kit.
Yes.
Words are hard. Yep, great. Yeah, why don't you break into that house for me?
Thieves' tools. There they are.
There they are. Tools of thieves.
That is 24.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's not that good of a lock. Get in. No one can see a fucking thing, man. What do you want to do?
He scopes out, he looks for dirt, he looks for vulnerabilities, and he steals a uniform.
Okay. All right. The guard has 3 uniforms in his drawers, one of which is currently drying, and 2 others.
For investigation, by the way. 22 for investigation.
I heard you, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, no. I'm just in my head going, let me open up this page. Here you go. What would you like? You find a series of uniforms. You also find under the floorboards, there's a loose floorboard. You see a small wooden box with a bunch of money in it. That says, it's not labeled at all. It's not going to tell you what it is. But you do find some money, uniforms, as well. You see a shopping list and a small urn above a modest fireplace. Is the wrong term, but like cooking hole where fire go in, pot go on top. You make hot things. It's a fireplace, but it's not in the wall as such, as much as it is a hole in the ceiling where smoke is funneled out.
Stove.
Sure, we'll go with the stove. Holy stove.
How much money is it? Like,
almost 4 whole gold in copper and silver.
which is a lot of money to this person, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he snatches that.
Amazing.
And he leaves a note in there that says, just behave. And you'll see it again.
Ooh. Give me an intimidate roll with advantage.
Intimidate this guy through a note. You're too powerful.
Why haven't I been doing this the whole time?
The whole time.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh, just fuck. I love that. That's so fucked up.
Right, like he doesn't want to keep it. You fucking
No.
But there's
I'm sorry.
ooh, here's a string I can pull.
I'm supposed to be narrating, but I'm just like considering the implications of this poor guy and his 3 little kids. He's trying to raise all by himself, and he's got this money saved up for them and their education. All of a sudden, it's gone. He's going to be destitute, and he's just like, fucking what happened?
And dead mama will just be watching from the whole time on that urn.
Yeah,
I assume.
it's a good assumption.
Yeah. Then he gets the fuck out of there.
Nathaniel, I have no words. Take a destiny point.
Thanks.
I can't. I just can't. Take a destiny point. Oh, that's so fucked up. I love it. Okay, yeah.
That's good.
Sure. you guys follow these guys around. Strings are pulled. Money is stolen. And, yeah. Burke, roll me an attack roll, please.
Okay. Uh, 24.
No, you catch a shark.
Okay.
So,
Like, for trophy's sake or for riding?
I just said you have a shark now.
Ride the shark. Jump the
Have
shark.
I just gone full Poseidon? Alright, let's see how an animal handling goes.
I'm sorry. What?
Animal handling
Holy
is
shit, right.
19.
Give it a roll. Go for it.
19.
Burke and the shark. Do
Jet
do do do
ski
do.
or
Burke and
for
shark.
the
Do 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 do. Burke and shark. Yeah. So y'all are insane. Y'all are incredible, and I don't know what you're doing next, but I pity the city. Yeah.
So we basically like I know that when he's gonna go on shift next, right?
Yep, you do.
And like, good. So there's something else I'd like to do the next day,
Sure.
right? I thought about it, and I'm like, this is probably not the worst thing. Randomly run into him on the street again as someone else.
Okay. What are you thinking?
The same bum I was before, right? Gruff.
Is gruff, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
I got a 20 on the disguise.
Okay.
Then,
So I just wanted to thank you for, giving me the food the other day, and I really think that you deserve a vacation. You definitely deserve to take some time off. You're a really nice guy, and like go do things that you want to do. If it's, you got someone you want to do something with, I really think that you should go do that tomorrow. Probably,
it'd be amazing, Geish.
You get to save.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
So you're telling him to take a day off?
Yeah, take a little short vacation. Because I think he's such a nice guy.
Okay, I'm gonna read Gaia's real fast. I mean, he fails. I know he does it. Or actually, he wants to do it. And if he doesn't, it hurts him bad.
Right.
But it's not the same thing. If I remember correctly, in 5th, it's not the same thing as like compulsion. Like I want to do this as much as like you think you should and you have to. Otherwise, it's ouchy in the mental damage.
Forcing it to carry out some service or refrain from some action or course of activity as I decide.
Great.
So if he does anything except take a day off,
he
then
feels
he's
real
gonna,
bad.
Yeah, get a real bad headache.
Mm-hmm. You know that sounds good. I mean, I feel like I should go to work, but you know what? They can take a day without me. It'll be fine. So yeah, he's just gonna do that.
Just call in sick, buddy. That's all.
you should go do it right now.
I want to run an evil campaign with you guys now so badly. Y'all are terrifying, and I love it. All right, cool. Yeah. So he goes, yeah, this sounds like a great idea. And as he's, he's got, he's got a coin purse with him. He's got a couple of groceries with him. Just came back doing some shopping for his house, and he goes, that's a great idea. Drops the bags and just starts heading off towards the docks and just
Hold on.
pays. Yep.
When he's like, Lynn was like, yeah, it's a great idea. He's like, great. See you around, officer. And then I cast Modify Memory.
Cool.
I made a fade, dude. I'm telling you.
I mean, yeah. I think the winner Fae are gonna want you. Fails that too. What's
Cool.
the memory?
No, he just had the idea himself. He was like,
Great.
I owed it. I never talked to this dude, And that's it. It's that simple. This small little exchange, concentration up to a minute. These, what does it say? You can affect a memory event that it's experienced in the last 24 hours. Lasted no more than 10 minutes. It did not. This wasn't a conversation he had with someone. It's his own idea.
Yep. Nor does he ever meet the other bum.
Right.
Because within 24 hours, you can remove both of those memories.
Right.
You guys are terrifying. Great. Yeah. Works perfectly. No problems. Done.
As well of an event. So it's this event specifically.
Oh, sorry. Single event? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this event didn't happen.
Right.
Great.
And
so
then
drops the bags. You got some groceries on the floor.
And then I walk off and return where I'm supposed to go and cast invisibility behind a tree and then, go back to meet everybody during the day at some point in time when we're supposed to meet up.
I really want to see where this goes, and I'm really excited for putting all this stuff together. But I think
Wait, no, me. I have a thing.
you should talk to Allie first.
Yes. It's like I'm going to cast illusory script. And we're going to so my sister does not have to actually talk to this guy and kind of cut a little tie there. I'm just going to, write out the message of whatever he needs to know or not know in this situation. Once we powwow with everybody else and they tell me what they know and I can tell them, we've got a guard captain on our side and if you can sneak them out pretending to be dead, then we have a good in. Then I just want to, can we just wrap up the I guess, us making a plan? Because I feel like with all these pieces going, it's going to be hard in 2 weeks' time to
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, let's put the plan together and then
Totally
we'll
agree.
wait till next time to execute it. Perfect.
Yeah, before I was like, hold on, no, I can't. I don't want to do that without knowing what you guys know.
Great. No. Well, yeah, y'all come back together and share what you know about what y'all have done. And I feel like y'all missed your calling as mobsters. I really do. This is excellent.
Yeah, so basically just filling him in, being like, so that we knew a guard captain who owes my sister a series of favors.
Nice.
Turns out. And I think he will be perfectly willing to look the other way over a tragic accident that caused the death of 2 recent prisoners and who need to be taken out by perhaps some morgsmen or some on-duty guards from the prison. Taken to the city morgue.
I've heard that there might be some work for the morgsmen.
So, if he could be sent a missive, perhaps a letter from a long-distant cousin or something like that he could read and understand the details of immediately.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Bucky can deliver the message.
Excellent. Let me write. And she starts writing down the note to this guard captain explaining, not explaining, but being such a tragic accident that has happened in your facility today, and it would be a great deal of favor to the Delaith family if you could simply make sure that those 2 corpses got off of the island unmolested, with the guards who alert you of the fact, or the morgsmen who come to pick them up, that kind of thing. But that's the real letter. The illusory letter is hey pal, this is your cousin Vinny from down south. I haven't, it's been so long since I've talked to you. How you doing? How was the promotion? How's the wife? That kind of thing, And so
I just need you to use that accent the rest of the campaign. I think that's what I need to do.
Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just some real New Yorker.
Yep.
New York Mom is a great D&D character that I feel is untapped territory.
Or underutilized at the very least.
Yeah. Barbarian New York Mom. It's a good archetype.
Ooh.
But
Ooh, with the sidekick of a Minnesotan drow.
I can only do so many things, you guys.
Nonsense.
We believe in you.
Nonsense. Yeah, it'll be whatever. We got to do some one-shots, man. I got a repertoire, I guess.
I have a lot of one-shots in the quiver.
Yeah.
But Yeah, basically this spell, to you and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, which is the 4 of us and the guard, the guard captain. The writing appears normal, written in your hand, and conveys whatever meaning you intend. To all others, the writing appears as if it were in an unknown or magical script that is unintelligible, which I'm just flavoring to be like a disguised letter, right? Oh yeah, it's the next fucking sentence. Alternatively, you can cause the writing to appear to be an entirely different message written in a different hand and language. The language must be one you know. So, I don't know. I'll write it. If we're speaking Tyrian, I'll write it in some other common language that this guy would probably know based on who he is. I don't know anything about him, but it's a fake. It's a fake thing anyway, so it doesn't matter to him because he's gonna see the real one. So.
Perfect. This is excellent and wonderful, and this plan is so good. I love it. Yeah. Okay.
As we're talking about the plan, like Talon's looking around the room, everybody like speaking about their parts. Whenever he goes, seems like we've become pretty good spies after all.
I had no doubt.
Burke's still on the shark in the water somewhere.
Burke's just riding a shark around the bay.
Wait, where's Burke?
Berkey shark do.
I didn't think he would stay down there that long.
Down where?
Could you maybe do ascending?
Yep. Hey Burke, we're back at the place. Join us when you can. Hope you're okay.
I feel like Burke's doing donuts in the parking lot on a shark in the water because it brings me joy.
All good. Made friends. Not innuendo.
Burke got some.
I thought he just... You know what? Never mind.
Amazing. Cool. So, all right. So has a plan. We got to put the plan together and organize a plan, and we do the plan next time. So the plan is guard knows someone's coming. He's expected to allow corpse removal. You may or may not bring corpses to replace, or just pretend these guys are dead and have them look like corpses some way.
My interpretation was just to have these guys pretend they're dead, and Vesper's going to spend tomorrow trying to go find a pair of scrolls of feigned death and pay for them.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, yep. Nice. That'll work real good.
Perfect.
Studying magic now, y'all.
Oh, no, our fighter is now the wizard. This is terrifying. Someone help.
She's now a wizard. I don't know this spell, but it's both a cleric and a wizard spell, but can presumably just... Sir Starr, do you know anybody who would have this particular magical scroll? I have money, because this seems like something criminals would have on tap, Like,
I'm sure Willem can help with that.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's tap those resources. Yeah.
Send them in with those so that the guys can pretend to be dead, and then one of you is a guard captain or a guard and a morgsman. I don't know how you guys want to delegate that, but
I mean, we have cleared the way of 2 guards for ourselves.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, Bucky took a vacation.
Good. Good.
I mean,
I bet he deserved a vacation.
He did. He's a really
Our
nice guy.
other friend will be amenable.
Nice.
He gets to the boat, sees he's already on the boat, just turns around and walks away.
It's a really good visual, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
It's going to be like, that guy is me.
The
note. I'm leaving.
I'm going home.
I'm going home.
I'm going to go home and cry. Yeah. I need some time to process this, so I don't think I can run much more tonight, guys.
Dungeon crawl, DM? You wanted a dungeon crawl? Not today,
no,
Satan.
not even a little bit. I wanted you guys to do some cool stealth shit. You all just made an incredible plan, and I'm just like, this is so good. I wanna write it. It's fucking great.
Plan came together
Intrigue, baby. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I have no idea how we're gonna do this. I have no idea how I'm gonna contribute. Loved it.
Well,
good job.
Yeah, you guys did fantastic. I think I'm gonna give you guys more challenges like this. This is a blast. Anyways, thank you guys for coming with us on this fucking cool journey into the dark underworlds of the Till. Yeah, we stream every other Monday here on twitch.tv/Fables of Alaemyr. Once again, check out our socials, do the thing, and it was great having you along. We hope to see you next time. And so long, farewell.
Destiny
See you guys
Point.
Destiny Point can be voted for on our Patreon. That
Do the link.
holy crap, the link. Yes, the link will be placed in chat in a couple of seconds. It is on our Patreon. You don't have to be a patron in order to vote. If you want to see who gets Destiny Point, who got one last time, I think it was Vesper. I think the Vesper was up by 1 vote.
Nice.
So anyway,
You guys, I'm at 18 Destiny points. I can
Yes.
taste that Master of
Oh, no.
Coin.
Woo!
that seems really aggressive. All right, I will be posting up the link right there in just a moment. So sorry, guys, once again, I'm not on my normal stuff, but we will get there. I'll have that up for you next time before our theme song is over. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was an absolute blast to have you all, and until then, keep your quills sharp and your eyes widened. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Farewell.
Your eyes whited, kids. You heard it here first.
Did I say whited? Oh, God.
Sounded like it.
It sounds about the way I talk.
You've had a day.
I've had
A weekend.
I've had freaking 3. I've had 4 weeks or 3 weeks in a row. It's been a lot. It's been great.
Good night, everyone.
Anything.
Good night.
Good night.